3 hours here. And I saw offer to touch it down. Near say bed the last 72 hours. More than bear 16 offers. And now for Copimano or more penny long. United Force and you can sit down. Or more penny come at Tascunya Bra. And now or more manako aqua day. Or more penny cobetina. Up to a plus why a camera. And no airport. Mate Abu Dhabi. Who play an event David Odogu. And that me patro Esimulan. At me a sign from a Wolfsburg. A 10 million euros with bonuses. Now buying up me patro for the video and be as nice one time. And you are David Odogu. And also a Roma Cotem. I'm a Piasso at my camera. A good transfer deadline there. The piano, it's me same. Now, my man from Frankfurt. A force for Omoram. At the bed of course Newcastle. I was striker friend William Osula. Now, Sir William Osula. Almost a Panama team command to pay 28.5 million pounds. Almost person in the bar. No Piasso Air Command. Now, also Fabio Vieira. Well, Romo Hamburger. Medford and Ayan Medica. Or passing Medica or German Hamburg. Or Copertuma. I'm a player come Aston Villa. Victor Lindelof. Oma confirmed for 2 year term. Oberpo Eti Amawomo. Dino or pass a free agent. Oberpo Madama Villa. The player come a reporter. As a Manchester United Williams. Uncle Pacono Gallagher. United for some Komakua. And Sita. Na Timofana let come Madrid. Almost a Kono Gallagher. Sir Omopatua. Just for 10 million euros. And yes, Monton. And no idea about Benjamin Pavard. Or Kayes. At the Olympic myself. What joining team no subject to medical. Or never any medical. What joining team no Omaji Biatuma. Or Quacopatuma. I'm a back camera. Manuela Kanji. Medimaso Ramo Inter Milan. Ampa Akanji. Ramo Milan. Or Copatuma. A loan deal. 2 million euros. And a Omutrada Man City. With option to buy 15 million euros. Manuel Akanji. And we are there by Brentford. Omar refused to offer a full Olympic Lyon Pie. Say a Fabio Carvalho. Anka Omon Brentford for some pair. Loan offer with option to buy. Almost some pair. And we are there by Fiorentina. Asan Tariq Lamte. Omanya San Quadano. Thereby a 24-year-old player from Brighton. 6 million pounds. NFA. Buying Justin on par 48. And a Tariq Lamte. A Pashama Berkama. Malik Fofana. Omotene ma Tottenham. And no a later time. Name Fofana so no sa late officer on pay. Into on Copebia or Petina. No opportunity Biaswa Yakama. Na Nottingham Forest. Almost sent 2 players. Dalante name. Bakuye Dilani Bakwa. Na Dilani Bakwa. Or 23 years from Strasbourg. Almost sent around 35 million pounds. Na Baku from Botafogo. Or no Eye Kuabano. Or so Omodinapa. No Biaswa Yakama. Na Samuel Chukweze. Or no Ayan medical Fulham. And Mania or yeah. Now or passing medical or pay Fulham player. No Biaswa Yakama. And no airport Ametia. Me church among. Na Liverpool Diameto Mupushi for Morgan Rogers. Aso Munsa. Petimaka Morgan Rogers. Na Omodinapa. No other part from a Biaswa 25. Aso Adama Liverpool Bobo Econom. Na Nottingham Forest. A Robson per Adama Traore. 29 years or more penal from Fulham and Thomasonia Bre or more Pero more Sedano, a Petmaya Kama. Now, my famous Nottingham Forest war by now, your friend Javi Galan or Portma Let Come up with the meeting a summer program, a person with the Pine Bar, now over Portma Piasso Ayakama. Now, I'll put DIABY player now, where some corporate Managerial or said to have Wolves at Timia Sino and we are Tolon, Arokodari. Tolu, Arokodari, or Masana from Ayanka, or Papatuma, a Jama of Hampton, now a deal of 27 million euros, not me patron height, me patron 6 feet 6 inch, and a strike and also why buy there, why say you man not say I did buy one type now, would there go any tipa pa at an Pacasa, and no airport I met him. Now, Man City, the Abam, I say Kusanov, boy in your calf injury, I'm not bright in game no na obero cover just after 2 weeks enti eba urama Pakistan omu game some papa by the entering joining team no enkopa adwuma som fama wo mo no reporter media me judge am breaking it down eso edama mo ama bibia so atuma ye kama no reporter media me judge am ensam tawo dewa dendodo na eguso eba ye monitor said ya de ama mo no na se person banner transfers planet dodo na aka ni nyina no yes abejeje am eso edama mo ama bibia so atuma aye kama na disasi eso no Crystal Palace faso omu rama he ese late move omunsa ebetumi aka disasi no ma se dibia no ebetumi aye kama no airport ba kwa no smithia mi judge na Lucas Paqueta on so Pekka or Shego at West Ham United part of the celebration where say one phone call na ni nyina sa na Osaki si West Ham United omo patch na Aston Villa so mo pa Lucas Paqueta on so be Roma where say we baba kama Adra anopa yedma so ajori AC Milan na dey anidisem player na one na kun Olympic man say e ma ye pam no and you Jonathan Rowe na Adra after international break the first game for Milan or Peppo at Bologna on 10 million euros and on Mutadma Massa Adra by him and Tobapo Edia Jonathan Rowe and no airport Ametia me church I'm breaking it down as so at the Amamo so it's all Roma Chelsea Panchawa Omotini Cologne Rem Sterling Epico Datro Fofana Omunian Ompejo Femi Lopez Chelsea for some penny party Omon penny team crack dem penny biem eno e de 10 international ma me home so ha na yanko yansan kwa run up no ne mfa diaka ni na emfa mradi on se we ni na kwa no Femi Lopez Sekida obetna tikwaku
Kemate waja na so abojuma ko na ko boabo na samba why ati ze video si audio amami ni adi merezo obekọ abana na Alexander Ishak I confirm na Magay I confirm na Mauze National buying for na for Nicholas Jackson to the Cobra Cobra na yehwene to as ya kaza me yetima the transfer the line they confirm video
and abobo so the mounty Jackson dey confirm and ntino mama Magay oye medical no London
organizing
yes also to na room e ne dey no Italy Florence
okay
one way to deal say confirm and I'm the cabo bodema wo Benjamin Pavard to Olympic man say done run down column 1 year confirm Manuel Akanji and was say etes in room of Fenerbahce into no so eko ntama Fenerbahce for no say some na etes ntama Galatasaray e person so be fa goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez
Edeneko
on say we Saudi and a Turkey omo transfer no
inclusive
nti so far we say Manchester United ko fa Seni Lamon Saban Onana still so on United say obe backup
Saudi
Arabia
Kemate corner come about so that kase require for Millennium Construction aka here I told them he was so na do mo mo ebo na niam de ye pray timi ere ma na me pacho de tie ore said niam ACA call na free to tie na ACA tia wasi so na obobra e won so ore na yo tutu ye na ebo na hihye ne koyie pa etimi ere ma mun komo no ede Millennium Construction ezemen controls o amanone said o Ghana ha o pese o tasa so pese o tofie aranse pono o pese o modena usimono ana afie na dada pese renovate a Millennium Construction also do ho ebo our system mo 15 to 20 solid years o medjuma mo bon ni ama na mo di rem no ya de de ye po mo de obi a enya asemoda e ba ne real estate development o mo de o mo adwum Ghana hostels outdoor na any estates outdoor na omo na bo mo modern asia ebo amount to ye de ye pa etimi edemo mo ntie omo a ena ehwene aye nhihye no na nema ada ye pre etimi ere amedwuma so de omo ebu bi omo so omo hu se ye mmabunu no yesika no yenya yeboaboa no 2 years time na de akọ akwakuchi adan ka ya na eha adwen kakra de ma na ha adwen ne se ebaza be da abobra no na wenye japade enti kuma se bo hyen na ya junction fa number no 0244 274084 Millennium Construction, rebuild your dream. Romney Bois, na sharing koye performa Janjiman Dental Clinic, Makasa Mofedi Inechi, Adeba Kwe Hiapa, and it's over na wabu ejuma adi usini huni intine uwa hawi ya meba babu bosu ya tuanamona Romney Bois, na neman koye performa wa otiso sino eyo ya unu musuwa na emuno etwetwon average wo na eso senate titibisa no okwa examination and a consultation no ye brede ama root canal treatment no ze ne udodo mo no na tokro bi aba beto ama untimi mfa bi nko wa na ama mfono no ase ehunu ukona huhia se wo so mohwe na ye filema huhia se ebetu a ye brede ne duduma area ama omo ye scaling and polishing ze ne kawanko wa bi na akika kasini mu ntino ama osini change color ama osini nya ha okakra okasa odi pamkra na afre ya ni na akwa ye brede ne yi sa ne ma ni na efiwa ma wonu mo no adaw extraction omo ye after no na teeth whitening no ya ye de ama braces no makase bi mo de no ya no mo de ball live na mo se no ba kusia akwa ye de bebo so ama ache aboso ni ntem no na atwe aba besan so kama pa e de ama se na osini na atu no ye wo temporary one of your permanent ye brede na ye de shim na aboa mane ma koye pa so etimi e de ama na afi so no se osino opese usini gold and silver ye be won edwuma de ama ni na no e Janjiman Dental Clinic Limited Ghana bibia omo ebo edwuma akra no gwame lorry station no be nyomo akra on atomic down kwa benya run about 2 nyomo kumase abreport junction ro ani achemo o Bantama street no Total Energy filling station no omo abansu ni wechi ope techuma so no ro ani achemo magazine no kenten kwan no so no unyomo kofo idia omo ben central police station no afawo OCGCB bank no na tamale so no tishegu OC post office no mo Eben MTN office no phone number no o ha bia ne omo eni nkomo 0598 73 1823 0598 73 1823 na 0559 139582 0559 139582 ni amwa na ni ama endeda yepa etimi enfama kama pa na tutu no enko ye enfama message saba on Facebook Malam Abakao ozi good afternoon Abu I'm watching live from Sevilla Mecha and I'm a Manchester United fan. Please I need more update do na wenya Edward Uzu please I'm watching the show live from MON-FRI inside Cindy Hotel. Wasiu Adams, also this afternoon, you guys are doing a great job. Abu DIABY, watching the show live and clear at Teachuma and Jakon Community Day Senior High School from Wasiu Adams, aka Foreign News, Nidia, or the area Monono, and I'm on the Indomie GH Nidia. Good afternoon, Abu. Watching the show live from Ahinima Kokobane, MON-FRI, I'm Indomie GH Ephraim Sensor. Good afternoon, International Abu. Ephraim Sensor watching the show live from Nkran Kwanta, Doma West. Rest in peace to my mate or Sanju. Oh, Sanju so asem ha dwen pa na ze Barcelona supporter bakopa no nyame ni pe nyame fa ne kransi ye kwakude that was it the last 25 hours brought a lot of joy. Man United won the game and 9th on the table. Barcelona drew, Man City lost, Messi lost the final, Tottenham Hotspur lost, Aston Villa lost, Ten Hag sacked. God of banter, what have I done to deserve this SS joy? Hey, Derek Jason. My name is 66 and I'm watching the show live and clear. Inside Mamponti Zongo. I need update from the transfer. Kukude that watch you live from Doma West in Kramkwanta and Peter Ko Abefa. Liverpool, we are defending the league for sure. Keep up the good work. Benjamin Kwanzaa. I'm really enjoying your show, guys. You guys will never walk alone. Liverpool forever. You're the Enono. Honorable Sule Bobo. Real Madrid is the team to win this season. Yanom on. Wasn't a penalty yesterday. Writing from Tepa and Susu. Eric Dapila. Nadian watch you live from Wa. Benji Francis Wa. Watch you live from Francis Wa. The best sports station. Inform Chelsea. Inform Chelsea all the way. Greetings to Honorable Wisdom Osebo MC. Achumara Bija South. Now Ama Beto Bill. Watch you live from Mole in the Savannah region of Ghana. Inside Cocoa Research. You are doing a great job. God bless you. Nadian Babi ramo e wa no na ma onzeni no Cranstech a driver ba ne dia no top 6 and their youngsters Chelsea Estevao Arsenal Max Dorman Liverpool Real Ngomoha and Antonio Mospe Mickey Moore Man City Nico O'Reilly Manchester United Brian Buemo and all the laughing emoji etimi to aso na ma onzeni Ray Junior Jackson all the way TK official because they will be so much disappointed in Liverpool if they fail to win any important trophy this season. Keep the good work up and Lou Gray. Chelsea has done a massive job in the transfer window. Odino Bruno, the destiny. Good afternoon, Abu Dhabi. I'm Odino Bruno, the destiny. Watching you guys live inside Gas, I say from Winneba. The good days are coming, said Ruben Amorim. My regards to Hevila inside Kofoidia. Love you so much. Akable. Update me on FC Barcelona news. Watch you live from Akinwa Chelsea Jemenka. Greetings to my baby girl Jennifer Apia. You're there by and I'm on the Andy the Sport Messiah. I'm Andy the Sport Messiah. Watch you live from Mansour growing Yesum. I was more update on Real Madrid. Kwame Blay, good afternoon, Fakye Sport. I watch you live from WhatsApp Benso, Western Region. Greetings to my wife Jennifer Apia inside Akema Kiase. Update on Barcelona. Biaga, here we go. Alexander Ishak. Wow. Watch our EPL defender. Area also Liverpool we trust. Or 100% Ramo. Young Pablo. Chelsea update and a fresh Nana Eboa. Fakye Sport 5 Mojisini Ramo. Senior Buka. Nedia watch you live from Manswanye. More transfer update to Benya. Nana Sari. I was here watching. Bro. My rich pocket. Good afternoon, Fakye Sport. Please, I want to know. Magay. Chelsea have sell on clause the deal. Please, I want Tabib to explain. And I'm a gay from Chelsea U side on the Babi Bar. Ababi do comedy amount. Tactical Ocean TV. Live and loud in Accra. Is your boy. Tactical Man Ocean. Mechiapa. GH Monaco. Jose, hello, Fakye Sport. Monaco from Mono West. Please, any update on Manchester United? Francis Kwesi Ba. Good afternoon, Fakye Sport. I'm watching you live from Mansoda Tano. Please update on Barcelona. Filippo Kwabri Kesemabu. Please update me on Manchester latest transfer. Greetings to my daughter from Pomasu Felix and my mother Antimary of Geneso Enoch X Omega. Good afternoon, Fakye Sport. Benjin Francis Ewa, MSM Edika Pomodem, Akan Odiano, and Abdul Mustafa at the love emojis been a bar. Baby Ram Tuzo, the Anomanembra, a Romer Bekin Kerry, a Mamadiki Bisa, Ujiri so team signing so my ya. We don't need closing Neno when the edge on and also Chino, Diana Walker, Zanzan, Eberna, the Taurona, a Remedy Amauma Farouk, Liverpool on fire. Eugenia Defo, Hi Fakye Sport, good afternoon. I'm watching live from a J. Chrome, MON-FRI, Liverpool, and a Kalulu Fadiga. Please, I want Tabib to answer this question. Between Chelsea, Manchester United, who was the best team in there, and can you make combined 11 for me? I'm afraid, okay, or fading from a Suyabwa. Message, any clear, Baba Nabla. Good afternoon, Abu. I'm glad we Liverpool have at least signed a defender today. Greeting to my wife, Adra, or for you up here inside Shamon Car Service, Sunyane, and or the Iram. And the other ones in the bar, me and I can get my Francisco, Chelsea, no the bar, Baby Ramos on your WhatsApp line or 0207543637, 0207543637. The Rams are your friend up where Modena Yakin it's me and I'm dear and one by my cousin there, non see about Pania, Sotiarina, the market and also I was there, my enjoy videos and I said, Yamabisiaku drama, so to Tino. Ebe sign in the Atamuk Chuku, Yebedi Amanon Komo. After every few Akran after no, Yatia see the transfer window in Nafia said Nema. Is here called Yere whereby I pay Yakidia to Asweda Mamu. also wait me join on your WhatsApp line on 0207543637 aba be running away na ya kinkate me Eddie amount. Mauze Dudo na Gusu on your join and WhatsApp. My name is PK and I'm watching live for my Chema teaching man. Ono Fiereba Ebabe Ramo. Good afternoon, senior Manabu. Your brand is top notch. Sky Sport in Ghana. God bless up. Hala Madrid and Madridista from Unshaba Sika, Alexander and Coco and all the Baba. We have been your long time fan since soon to me, and you're always my favorite. All the Liverpool fans are now on top of the world. The other Baba Ramono. Good afternoon, guys. So you guys are doing well. So Mania game is working for Hala Madrid. My greetings to ABOU, the special one. I'm Kese inside Sevi also. And the fee Ebaye. All you guys are so fantastic. Welcome, McGee. The number 9 JC is waiting for Alexander Ishak Biaga Akim Asafo and on also the Ram. Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Bossman. I'm Red Tiger from Akim Asum. You are doing a great job. Keep it up. God bless you. Chelsea still the best. The other Baby Ram no special. And the message in the door so Nemechewa Apantino. And you win near the idea as a merena. My room na mabuana ne makuyi kama pa etimiera mantino minim baby are afraid if near their transfers and there and the best shed about ramuntino minim baby am be fa fini nin komona minim ze men konje ne ze men cause Pep Guardiola fi obebre pa andi o there no abo ye manu crow points do chonye bre na abre ono over amtin wonder so se na wolves for no mani abre so sa give no person mo ni ankomo ni abo no mo ni for na wolves for ni serious. ABOU, Yanko.
For now, but it's a beautiful Monday morning. And then 1st September, right?
Yeah.
God, the Danyamiasi say, Bosomani, the Toson Conos or dear Shas, Adumura, a so Nimuishira, what dum, what humor, and no bambos, a boy Hoban. Na Quabia, a mutu last month, na August, no, Umbies upon Nina for Menyamin Ken. Na ontutua na musi said you would twa August new year sanya mena enhu ye mobo na onhira onfi ntwa September no su enwi omanhira ne ndos opani yes Charles baby a ode onkomo no ebepim sisie no amenhira se mfamfro over the weekend we watch a lot of games interesting games and ye share ye teams maybe ama yahu so far what they have to offer in the Premier League ebi mo so akire say they still have a long way to go, and because of Asemna Okan, there is one data may present Eddie Acho. If you're a Manchester City fan, now you want to understand how scary club Manchester City situation CCA as it stands now. We're talking about Premier League. I bought just 3 matches. Well understandable say just 3 games per any abunti. City for no mokasa amanfo nya abotre BBNC you know omaye bida e de akere and the sometimes bounce back no ma besesa eniema enunti na emo omusa hope no but the same energy akweku last week ya wo ha na ye de Manchester United so because no mu di gu no say City nso di gu a wo say ye dis energy ne come so and as a matter of fact in the summer and that year closing Manchester City has spent more than Manchester United in the transfer market. Say you bought 3 games every now City were just 3 points were losing 2 matches already. It is something that does not always happen when it comes to clubs that are managed by Pep Guardiola. So about first 3 matches no lose a mood 2 and times in TCA the case now the data quick may present Eddie Archer on the screens of production made media but so far teams are in terms of chances creation there was room. Clubs are more shot on target game or more omanya touches in opposition box or more creative big chances or more to think that all these Manchester City are nowhere to be found. Not only results no club friends Man City but in terms of a nearby a world game a Buama club a creative chance a winning game any results no Manchester City are not getting in terms of expected goals. One matches are yabo so far in 3 games. Chelsea leading with 7 and was 7 goals as we speak now. A 6.70 expected goals in games at club and first Chelsea. Even Manchester United are yes in the model and so any or Breno. United are second when it comes to expected goals in a game, and I say in 3 games, then even if you move from expected goals, now call the next one, it was shot on target per match. Liverpool A lead in terms of number of games at Liverpool abo and a shot on target when Liverpool A leading. Then what about Chelsea? No about Manchester United, AFC Bournemouth before Arsenal, and also 5 teams. Manchester City are nowhere to be found. Over touches in the opposition box, Manchester United A leading so far 100 touches in opposition box. And a manager first said, I'm worried any the Manchester team no enya. Then about FC Bournemouth, Chelsea, Fulham, and then Tottenham Hotspur. And also Man City are nowhere to be found. Then Oko big chances created. Our 3 games are able so far. Chelsea are creating as many as 12 big chances. And nobody has said a 7 goals. Bournemouth Etwaso, Everton Etwaso, Sunderland, and then still Manchester United are in the discussion. Man City are nowhere to be found. So clearly tells you say City for not only results Minguto and Emma, but a nearma a boa a be quine Emma goals eba team a winning match. Manchester City are lacking. We're talking about the transfer period. Man City after a goalkeeper, Man City after a left back, Man City after a midfielder, what offensive, what winger, what players our team no almost every department. Yet and it goes back to and the reason I did not consider Manchester City say obetim agile, and I told you that players now Pep Edu Amaban, it will take time before say adapted into the system, before say finding Pep DNA no my team and no my and clearly they are so far in 3 games. Like I said, obetim say early days into own team predicting doom and for my manager friends Pep Guardiola because why be that. There are seasons I started on started at a point in time season Igbo wa Mfimfi and Niemajigu he bounced back no abenya results but for 3 games Manchester City losing 2 and not the Pep entire see the coaching career and I think that maybe Ojina said he need to start doing things at a bit my press and area because by far in the Premier League he is the best manager at our league. So Niema air to also say after international break Man City and me found more pieces together. Kuku unnecessary pressure everybody, and the more the pressure keeps coming, the new boys will start to fumble. A Kobanesa, a Jumana, our set players a year Edemau in their 100% ability. They will not be able to do that. A baby Arsenal, trophyless, and we are not for the 2nd season in a row. Pep Guardiola, Akko Adiato. So I think that he need to go back into the drawing board. Analyze 3 games now, on at least or about a week because of international break to assess the club. No matches are waboni and near a downfall there. Emma Manchester City, enya results. No, he will be able to correct those things. No, now aboa my club of the City. Subsequently, a free international break in about matches on the bono. Ombenya results are omenya kweku. Liverpool, as it stands now, have everything it takes to say league title no bet me maintain and now retaining our title now in Champions League they should be able to compete again. 447 million pounds in a single transfer window. I think that manager your friend is say Anslot baby agents is here I fail no also associate team Anslot I build the team and as or build the team or two nani no when he bench he can say this is my team. The Managerial League in the last season was Obi team. Judging club and the best say Jumano and Uja number 12 at the J. But this time around, I've been resourced with whatever that I deserve. Every position the here will be an main second. And I think that the Oye weekend we editor Arsenal clearly actually said Liverpool for of course among my convincing results. Matches are yaboni in Liverpool always win last minute. But sometimes a winner and also a champion, when the going get tough, that is what you do. You find a way to make sure say grind the results no at the every tough moment. Time are us against you, and exactly what are their friends in Liverpool. But the fear is that for how long will Liverpool continue winning games last minute? That is a problem now. And I think that ABOU the Hano Kakra said no problem between Van Dijk and Konate Omopeno a bit shaky of late. now Magi baby Shemedi Amano. In terms of attacking machinery, no, allow the starting season, no, goals nation that MI when you're back could be but influence for man is now it can't take a year, man. But as we speak, the new man himself, £130 million British record fee. Alexander Isak Ababe Kanwan. You have everything at your disposal. The Akane say, I was say and slot started. Emi yehu ne nsa no adwuma asem we wole kwaku virus account had that say nipan yare or kwaku Liverpool as it stands now every position is well beefed asese team na sese ayeye problem ne say iketike eba yi ni games a wabo nyina no na all my goals until Endra wanya go amfama Liverpool against Arsenal ye free international break ba Liverpool anymore either a 4-4-2 and now whichever formation or this is potentially how we anticipate say Liverpool ever line up. Alisson Dapo, Milos Kekic on the left back, Frimpong on the right, McGill Van Dijk the centre back, and then in field train, Gravenberch, Veit, McAllister, then Iketike, because of the arrival of Alexander Isak, Iketike will definitely move into wing or now a creative space for Mo Salah and then Alexander Isak so only the attack in Ediama Liverpool. In that case, what it means is that's a lineup here at that screen so any you swap Kodigapu Mobeka. And it's one player when you find form Ediama Klaba, your friend is at Liverpool this season, although goals the end also, but in terms of creativity and in the total output, I was so Neho Babeka. Suffering Pong, and your fate, SN Babak Bima, so much like more now or bono. Kuki and Fanin to bench. So right back what? So most like you might push him into the midfield unit. Now from Paul MFC the right back department and from so most like ever come fin no one. McAllister and it's so most like a mubako ever contain. That is another problem because in terms of sale for your defensive unit, government he'll be doing that job for you. The amount of money paid for Florian Veit says he can fund on a bench. Until also started. These are the problems Liverpool ever encounter, and it is time and slot ever to say he is the man in charge. The recommendations and the sporting policy and all these players, Liverpool Edu Amaba, he can manage the egos in the dressing room because Isak get £300,000 a week. That player automatically must start. He get in excess of 70. The amount of money and original working, he must start. Inti Kobasa iketike by in the first 2 games for more goals. Isak Abak Menka say be she about 2-3 matches na go Emma. How do you balance Sir and Yamano? Who lead the lines for club Liverpool? Those are the positions I think that Liverpool ever struggle. If they're able to blend all these things soonest for club and friends at Liverpool, I think that they are in pole position to contest and compete very well to defend our title. Entra after match, assembling in every Asemana Peter Schmeichel a catcher post match. You see, the entire day na me jina board the enemy na me ni udi nkomo. Me chrel me teams are susu say on bet Managerial league man more Arsenal din ubusa me say club for 3 years running ni na udi second. Identity me consider clubs are on standing chance of winning the Premier League man for member. Whoever watch Arsenal game and draft will agree with me and will agree with Peter Schmeichel as they say Mikel Arteta and the Arsenal team. They have never been serious and they've never had a mentality of winners. Always, mediocre. Your body is second, you're content, you're okay. Because anything, see a Kenya usuro, so we lose so much. So team on winning trophy. So over match. Now the usuro say, we lose so much, you never win trophy. Arsenal ball no moboni nyina say let's avoid mistake, let's defend say be ya yen concede yen depending on free kick, yen depending on corner kick, yes ba point we can defend near the away sa tactics no in winning match in winning trophy e bet ma we knew some games but in winning trophy farmer because there are opponents they can also defend solid they will find a way to break your line. Now, you need to go all out as a team who want to win, not a team who want to avoid defeat and to Oslo. So, and that is what Arsenal And no any other mentality in the dressing room. Mikel Arteta need to change it. He need to speak into the boys. They say, yeah, winners, we can win. Let's go all out. Opponent to be any Bobiano, we can equally beat them. Yem Facey and Kofone and no Bobo. Let's win games. Lienjai say, as he is 20 years and never be there saying at the end of the day, we will not lose, we will get draw near the flat. Those things and win a trophy. And no, and the Arsenal full problem as a stands. And the game we watched yesterday, say Arsenal ever say or Bobo ABOU winning, not at the back of our mind says they want to avoid defeat. I've that strong belief in this and results could have been something different. Martin David Roy and any excuses say, boy, now we use this season a new from the now winning previously, as a Sunday Makakra, almost say 2 matches, no, Yantebo Asem. Arsenal said the first 2 games, Kwakuti Bobby Asem. David, a band is now consider 1 group every day a ball. Excuses, no. After the international break, we want to see Arsenal back doing the right thing. But just a minute, let me see. Ruben Amorim and in Manchester United, or my idea, but United should not be celebrating win over Burnley as if they've won World Cup, they've won Champions League. So one bomb match 8-year Burnley. Now it will take you 95th minute penalty to win game against Burnley. Then most celebrate it as if the Manchester are Champions League, and after so many years post Ferguson, United are Premier League. It brings Manchester United value down. For crying out loud, Burnley. But because of standard at Manchester and was here, any said the final almost self no omunya as results, they think that omuye well relieved. United get relieved. Game media they said they tell me didn't kind of man. Manchester the can say ombe working on almost finish. But I'm afraid you are not careful. Amorim, Adena Oyen, Benjamin Sesko, or better than the next Rasmus Højlund.
Mate, made us na ya wish you more the best, but Cheme Banama Babira said I can transfer into a check hapane. Na ya we are here any matches in new combat. Ricardo Bibiabo called here. What up for so many picture was any agents no on Ali Barat and Diomansi Kamara. Or maybe Ramo Sabana Straza. No, said okay, JC number 11. And on the Bemana. Yes, call for no chance for them is almost buying for Nabuomo. Because loan DIABY 16.5 million euros there. I'm writing. They say almost the ashamed there is a mandatory but almost a bit depending on matches on Oberbono. A bit depending on appearance matches on Oberbono. And every moment they are confirming it to break down. See it here. There is a final years or mobile trigger depending on matches on Oberbono. 65 million euros be acquired Chelsea. 5 years contract no be signed on to 2031. Now Chelsea be signed the sell on clause ashim. Now Nesari yazin maybe PJ Ramo 14 million euros.
Fantastic.
Gross or per year, including all bonuses. And we are reporting for Germany back. And is a Luther Samba second and do no. I'm so near videos in any other right. As all can just number 11. And I know what the man on call for Gusua transfer no more yes. And this is what I'm for Kegundugan so no. I can't Tonebro Naman City Galatasaray. The moment the crowd dealing hard say take it. So man on my way. Romka Kram and every transfer in the best of Basopa near Baby the home come.
Gogu my enchia yashafo na mefuma nche mo takrad na menchia Richard the boss no be afro o takrad ma menchia wano pe oze ubi banti me ba me ma shout out you know ma menchia ube ma odi pa na shout out na
do o ba menchia
you know Richard the boss o ta di menchia for the bia o monitor show ni ada ni aka che we bia say we are a new man nti new man dada ni na no tugu na to aso say Brana Obon, heading I ever fat. I guess now I'm picking up from September will be a wonderful year for you. It's a new season, and I hope new blessings and so will be a bravo. Kogu, Liverpool air signings. We've seen them adding a lot of players, and so it will move.
But over Atlanta Bergamo so I confirm the sign of Yunus Musa CCI. I'm also confirm it. My Medina
to from Valencia and Bino
Musa as well as buy Ismail. Niaman Sharam fa. You come for Nibia. 2 for Umfa. Take come for Nibia.
Yeah, so again.
To a car some chemo must a control.
Yala Krakow for be a fellow Dugu.
You can't some chemo must be controversial.
Yunus Musa
catch him the Italy hono. You the original the best of luck. Goku, tell na make Liverpool aye signings. Me picture na minia special one the toes na. O say o kind say we mu never start here. Na so we be 6 players are almost starting in Liverpool's team of new signings. 6 players in the team. Goku, but signings are Liverpool in now. The one a better, nay good in my books. I have banter for my game. Is the deal that me feel say it will give Liverpool be here, because other signings will come to add something special to Liverpool team no, but the mark the bar no, it's something that is special. But the whole Liverpool ni biano exercise with the training. Koku, last season it took Liverpool 9 games to concede 4 goals.
Oh, okay.
Last season, it took them 9 games to concede 4 goals. This season, it took them 2 games to concede 4. And even if you want to extend it to the Community Shield, it took them 3 competitive games to concede 6 goals. That is not a defense, that's a winning championship. So they needed someone to come in there. Non-feel that hole in Famon. Konate is a player since Oko injury by no, he's not been the Konate we used to know. I can't 1 year. I'm to Onagenian and Tanta, Misty and Amenko. Liverpool near here. Compare Antoine Semenyo second goal against Liverpool now. Everything that was our goal nima a Liverpool problem no, me don't Konate because he failed to attack the ball. Because whatever be or J ball no, running through a Kobo ball in Liverpool. It should tell you that if Obi attacking probably and like Obama restrictions, but I know intimidation. Sanko be not Newcastle and no the second goal that they considered is it Osula. Ni goal corner Sanko check you will see say Konate again was at fault. So no from a core injury buyer he's not be himself with the contract after 1 year as a Obeko as Obetinano. It's something that Liverpool needed to make sure say that problem is being fixed. And a branch of Maggie will give you everything that you need in the centre back.
Yeah.
And so training he is going to start at Liverpool because the reason why some of Neomano delay in terms of the move was assurance of getting enough playing time because of 2026 World Cup. So that should tell you say he is not going to be a bench warmer with team friend Liverpool. And with what he is bringing on board, I think say or no and a signing a Liverpool this season in my books. I think they if they are to retain their league title. They've started really well, and everything points to the fact that they can probably defend the league, which of course maybe GD Arsenal will win the league regardless DSC. But he's a signing that I think is a web. And the price tag need to tell you, I can't 1 year, but Liverpool will pay around 30 something plan for him. That will tell you the kind of player he is. And when he's in Liverpool system, he is going to help. Virgil van Dijk actually said, bring in someone that will do the tackles for me. And I'll also make sure that I'm mobbing at the back and then making sure that I'll do justice to it. So they need a brand here, and I'm sure he's going to give Liverpool protection where he's going to give them protection. If you see Liverpool's team no more lining up, no you're Gravenberg, no McAllister, if you want more, I think they are going to have a good team. The air corner there, very talented bench. Regardless the so slide near the who's a man was and a hype near the he is a good player, but the man for Tom in corner for me, he's a fine player. That or are they any football known in the BBL to teams I would say I can because he's playing as a makeshift right full by the Liverpool, but still he's giving them the result that they need. So I think that he's a good player. Liverpool team no as Alexander Isak needs no introduction. He will come and get into the team and give goal to team friend Liverpool. He is going to score goals, and at the end of the season, it will be a good deal for team friend Liverpool. When he gets goals, Alhaji will get goals, Ekitike will get goals. For Invert, if he is going to perform as he performed with team friend Liverpool, he is going to also get goals, and it will get Liverpool to that point. But for the league, I still maintain that Arsenal will probably win the league. Yes. I still maintain they will win the league. They will come back and then they will make sure some league, no Champions League, no be free mo, maybe a probably no be free mo them. To be free mo them, they will come and see some league, no. Arteta needs to win something, even if not the league. He needs to win a major trophy. The Champions League, the Premier League. We don't want FA Cup or anything. That is what he needs to be winning. So Liverpool are a good business in the market. That is not still, he needs time. Let me say Robert's better in your because he's not showing the Bournemouth performance no ha. So but in all, Liverpool a deal. And I think Maggie is the perfect replacement for banter, the friend Konate. Still, the moment league, you know, how in my books I feel they are unsettled. Because by beer or partners, you know, you get a new face. Apart from the goalkeeper. Listen, we are Chiloho, Nipa 3, different from last season, one boy, and FIFA will be back when we 2. So for that reason, I feel that it's a team that they will need time to gel perfectly to win the Premier League.
I don't know how control
I mean, control more out, but I'll throw my card for Arsenal.
But the team is a Bia the Damnazi Pramba, a solid team.
A solid team. When we are on this set lineup, and as this is where I tell you, say, in Gomoha, you features and you face it. Because back to me, say Gakwa as a one to be you don't think in a game that everybody take that we need people to come and change the game. That's a back to be how do they
now more than a bar,
me had to win able.
I still wait my movie.
Team win able. Why they never say Danny no more.
Wait, Mammy,
he will be the preferred choice.
Wait, my
you won't pay eternity.
You see, sometimes young players never know that. Old chase a ball no wait me about. Coach in Vermont was Newcastle on a Baba J. I can't say Liverpool for me. Yes, so need you only one. Carboy 2-2. Now BBA Pobia. They are frozen, brother.
Me say, team way that way.
Oh, wait, my boy.
Say Gakpo to bench.
Yeah.
In this team. This year, but much more idea. Only one of the two card man. First, with all things being equal, experience-wise, or do it my effective game, One other card.
But every coach will choose the couple.
That is
so
that is what I'm.
But it be so now ringers too need female. So more money no meet my boy and I'm going to position.
Oh, bet my boy.
Bet my boy.
We are like the
oh, now like into me why not?
Okay.
Bet me about chairman.
Yeah, some transfer. BBC report to see as Liverpool catch Crystal Palace catch Liverpool so munya botreka.
Almost replacement.
Yes, because replacement no more than a banner deal and go through.
That's Manuel Kanji.
No, nya Kanji. Na ko mo fa go Thiago. Yes, go Thiago na deal no a hit snack to make catch Liverpool say boy na we medicals but munya botreka.
Who have the better one.
Munya botreka my give.
1 year for on the contract 35 a good deal for Crystal Palace and Liverpool and the player.
Well, we medicals, no, they were also transfer crans and pay replacement answer.
I was signing in the year. Mother so you probably 20 level for.
That is how you football. Sometimes
oh, what only 20 million to Ibrahim? And a mother for my yes.
35 million for Magia can 1 year or a 25-year-old. Konati was saying to 20 a fair deal. Maggie is saying 35 years or 25 years. Compare him to Konate,
26.
I can't 1 year. And I'm not sure clearly say pay into come course no. Maggie will come and start to me for Liverpool.
But you see this time around football, a banner transfer. People don't talk about the age.
Sure.
One notices are
sure, but the amount that
is it never. On any day. So the Maggie. Any Ibrahim Konate Jinawa. We was through be breach Maggie.
Of course.
Do you understand? As is Oche Maggie 1 year. And ye age be a brusubia. The chair say, catch a remark for so we do frupe.
Omunya
no mu so my gendo.
Nadent.
Among my some show meeting crack or share. Crystal Palace, as you say, or move a stretch or more. No monton. Maggie, no more die minute to over 20 million more magic.
Madrid other clubs, my mama. That is easiest scenario. It is say Unisikeni. That is how she are dealing who is because of the status level. Do I know Castle with 2,000. I mean, I saw by Joe and this can but wait me there another assistant because him said that in first winter.
Do you remember the
now we cannot at all?
Gwagu, on a more serious note, Xabi Alonso aha open your friend Eric Ten Hag.
Huawei.
Koku in no circumstance. And I'm looking at players I have to MON-FRI buy for Liverpool. Will be able to give normal winner you decide to sack him. Bayer Liverpool.
But Roman fair to the coach.
Because Koku friend the Erika Kenya Braboni. Enunti if you look at players on my tom powerful team now Eric Ten Hag aba not 2 games almost sacking sometimes a Juma will be a Juma head but if you're a manager now getting near team back 1 year in a space of a week 3 former coaches they are out of job
just 4 days
yeah. 4 days 3 ex-coaches
now we have
they are out of job
now we have a man
I said when I'm gay
for moment
I don't know for Manchester United coach never be Sasa the man for it.
No, convince me on that.
But I shouldn't convince you. They've sacked 3 coaches.
And I'm Manchester United. Maybe a coincidental win. Maybe
one our friend.
Man, you for a day. Man, you for a 10 hour call by Liverpool.
Oh, David.
Man, you for a day. Oligan Associates call by Chicago. Man, you for a day. You're the Muru for a match. Ah, so they all kind of almost.
Yes, it's a one. In local terms, Engasabia, and your baby and I said to David
Boys West or Pablo. David Boys, or
name fact, and I have no real and Manchester United team no baby team was all your coach now and as all your player can now for 1 year because Omo no muja swat Bible cracker church is also a Canadian now first Canadian. Manchester United for the shame so class and I say there and passing. I'm no man to near do. But for a bright away friend Eric Ten Hag there. Buy for Liverpool for no.
The question be about for you people. Because there was all Liverpool have Magay. What are they going to do with Leone? It's a serious question.
Squad player.
That boy.
Squad player.
That player. He's accepted to be on the bench for
squad player.
But on also the agency take his decision at the man. My show, a very more crowd.
Now, if you look at Liverpool setup,
no, but he's part of the Italian national team. Ah, that's where I thought I India for graduate Moody's or
they are not the team you used to know. Into the fact that he's part of
no, but a player getting say here from with your national team and ye is not I might show national team as Italy national team Liverpool a national team that form that form team na yamre o man Italy for na kasa nim so omu di opinion Italy national team that form so obi nya call up wa enye hu na say Liverpool team no even Joe Gomez score no squad member no ono kure bia on team no Nyabutiro.
Kwaku. Oya squad.
They are what can come.
Oya squad.
I was having Kazabi.
Kwaku.
Hey, on Thomas Hall. Now they all there church. David.
Live you on.
Ombra so that damn. My show where.
Ya pass open here. Never come out Jackson. Anti-Chelsea more than I say. A total use of when African brother was standing on the feet, no gaining something like this. I am Manyaji. Kwaku, how on earth will you tell me say the lap of plenty? Obeko out for 2 months in Diema Jackson bra. Now the lap no better change Jackson senior will no play 2 months in Jackson to come and replace him. Oba na Jackson say got no be.
Oko books ba. The lap here far better than Jackson. But I was all down for no. Yes na your legend Azuma Nelson will call to be. Or this way be near mouth about now ba. O defense near technical knockout.
On what they are bapa.
O technical knockout. But now we are Piabo keep
we came to a struggling Chelsea and gave goals. I keep on saying
I'm all calm in Chelsea. Why they struggle? I mean, this is a team I struggle. Here Waba. It's struggling, but swallow. But I do genuine about Chelsea go out there. Maybe I say numbers. Numbers me.
Oh,
my shoe.
That's the first 2 seasons without penalty.
And today,
first season, second season,
nobody should rate a player. Penalty that way you go. And so these are no, meba. I want you to understand that fact. Say penalty here control lies.
I agree.
Now I'm your want to make you go.
Agree.
I don't think I see any penalty specialist be our last season Mbappe. This is your man, or last is your Mario goes 44. So you talk about penalties be there. Ebe kan wan ke e cause e.
O ko be nya be
Dientina Vinicius Junior do baby no. na Madrid form and more penalty game.
No, but we need now. But say your mouth penalty, na your penalty. They've given him advantage more than me.
Dabio, you the man you go.
Abi, advantage.
Advantage, man. Na so no team na no.
E goes in tini ye bobo.
I agree on it.
Ya chebo na to say be bo I agree say penalty that one in
penalty you go.
I agree but koku I one step at what else what can say say nipa no what dey say no why.
Wasa fa ba. Enya ba man so. E be told you bi akona ko. Chelsea ko ba mo dey ni na bo mo penalty. First season. I believe no o mo penalty.
Koku first season.
Yes. O ma na
Jackson ya 15 goals in first.
And so
without Penzo Kopama na ye jije so bona he scored I think 20 or so 21. Emu be 7 your penalty.
I'm happy for this guy.
Penalty be to you go.
No, but I step ahead. You know what?
Penalty be to you go ni penalty e was as so. Hey, penalty ti na Ghana 2010 yanko semi final. Penalty be to wa enye go. So for player to pick a ball player penalty then.
Into what favor be more than him.
O come by mu ni ke nyina ti kroma. Ube hu bi.
Yabi. But for a fact for Nico Jackson from Villarreal. Time on was kind of more. No share that. No yet that top scorer. He came to Chelsea. Never. He came to Chelsea, a club like Chelsea. Look at the standard of Chelsea Football Club. No, Ababe shared 15 goals in the season. First season, 15 goals.
Even drama
second season.
Udim say, "Sa asem no kran confirm. Sa dogba mo first season em fa sa asem no kran ba." Udim say we Nicolas Jackson. I'm ready to come no. Ka Chelsea training ground kran confirm. Yama this platform. She akọwe oni ba ku bi no o ma ton na ma asana.
Aya na.
Sa ko keni so mo fa Chelsea. Se bi e mo akra Chelsea for the sa ko na mo de obi akọwa bi. Na ma sa fe Nicolas Jackson so on Sandra.
Osi me bi akema ka dey.
E mo say Chelsea for no cry.
Osi me bi akema ka dey.
Me say Chelsea last season. Se na Chelsea wo attacker bi obogo small one e ka even the EPL na bedu ba bi no mo ko
say osi mire bi say hu osi mire bi
na we asem na meka we uni ade Chelsea for
the premier na pass for na dey mire bi am so ko che pass dey team
omo pay 60 something million M1 we 15 na wa jena ko go onu wo ya bo
e ketike ese
bro
na ketike na mezo ma bi na
numbers ben no dey my league numbers no dey my big team of no numbers big team of my numbers fine
omu nyina ya dey jenwe
since go say 30
omu nyina ya Nicolas Jackson dey masa
German bodies
ba mu di for be do omu ni wa omu the only thing that boa by for Harry Kane factor no better than Nicolas Jackson, the European strikers will be better than Obia.
13 goals on German bodies.
M1 Jackson. Well, 20 million. Gino 120 million. Aboka.
And I said, Shesku.
I swear,
now, but why nobody gas in boy?
All right,
so I mean, you call that over the weekend. Real Madrid Football Club to me winning on match by 2-1. And then a lot of things in the course of the Xabi Alonso because of that kind of we know in the Real Madrid Football Club. But Niema amount we bring na Eka Edefa Real Madrid Football Club. In the last 3 games, they've been able to have 3 solid wins, 6 goals no betimia share, and 1 goal per no betimia concede in the defensive structure of Real Madrid Football Club. It tells you say Xabi Alonso is doing something right for Madrid Football Club to compete in some of the competitions on which me are finding myself in this particular season. But say Niema Bekoye Dema Madrid it starts from the training grounds. Ever since Xabi Alonso announcing so will take you over for Real Madrid Football Club no, he needed to take his authority up and make sure say Obetima change the entire setup of Real Madrid Football Club by his own controller Obenya Real Madrid Football Club. They are no one of the key things they say when you look at Madrid very well, last season with Carlo Ancelotti, the certain 4-3-3 tactical system no more it wasn't sufficient enough for Real Madrid Football Club, especially say ebe cut 2 hours na se Madrid ebe announce almost squad during game day. Yana enkoyi from Madrid Football Club. Into by one of the key things where the Madrid Football Club say umbebo match bia in about 75 minutes to the game release the first 11 of Real Madrid Football Club. But I will check it last season, and as the last 2 seasons, Anna Carlo Ancelotti won. So Madrid Ebe announced almost squad that it will be 2 hours before the game. And when he came, he needed to change that kind of method for Madrid to actually have a competitive game, sir. So secondly, one of the key things they said, a Madrid Football Club squad in the almost set up. Last season, announced says training grounds it should be 7 a.m. But ever since Xabi Alonso taking over for Real Madrid Football Club, we're changing our time for training from 7 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. Meaning, say they need to come early. The 30 minutes before the 7 a.m. no main training, I say, Madrid, no, they should make sure so with my physical assessment and medical treatment for them to enhance their physical strength in most of the matches or meet me are participating. And so I'm a Real Madrid Football Club player. That's a over even 6:31 or one particular sika or me a final a betty free or salary. So that kind of discipline now, Xabi Alonso, Asha or instill it among some of the players and even the entire body of Real Madrid Football Club. No, it is actually due. Some Madrid players, no, Eddie almost so NIBC for ma almost bit me. I'm making sure say in all of these disciplinary approach, Xabi Alonso wants to instill in them. Almost bit me. It is so Eddie the side of Xabi Alonso. No one says what Casa for the training sessions are. Yeah, not Madrid. Xabi Alonso, the side of Real Madrid Football Club. Sometimes he just gives Madrid players no chance for them to operate at training grounds, but all more chance. No, one of the key things where you buy for Leverkusen, I yielded a lot of results at the Madrid side buy for Leverkusen. They say during the training sessions of buy for Leverkusen or more time, no, he makes sure so the drone ever set it up in a space and also in the air. No, making sure that the movement and some of the training sessions are the training guard. Edema most of these players on the training sessions, you know, say players need to move. Say players no intimate and just tell my body in terms of crime of us will be training. He calls them and makes them be aware of their mistakes or one case a year during the training sessions or by for Leverkusen. The same kind of methodology in the Real Madrid Football Club, the drones and every technology, especially with the video analysts day in and day out in Madrid or training sessions or tactical things a bit more Real Madrid Football Club players now. He is doing it day in and day out for Real Madrid Football Club. And I think and also Xabi Alonso as a coach for Real Madrid Football Club. Then you talk about the tactical rotations with Real Madrid Football Club. He came in as a coach not only for the A-sided players are omitting my bomb in the Real Madrid Football Club, but when it comes to other Nkrofoa almost any Sosa, last season when more playing time and from Real Madrid Football Club, he came in to rescue them and make sure say if be available for them to have more playing time, just for them to show what they have. One of the typical example of these particular players, NA player, your friend say Adagole. Last season, I said in the last 2 seasons with Carlo Ancelotti, not Carlo Ancelotti and trusted Akrani because he feels that the guy still needs more time to develop in the Real Madrid Football Club setup. Since he can easily come in and play for Real Madrid Football Club. It may be in the next 2 seasons and in the next 3 seasons to come. But before Xabi Alonso, he announced no. So Onube taking over from Carlo Ancelotti, he made it point blank, say when he comes to Real Madrid Football Club, one of the key players will be Adagole. And ever since stepping in the shoes of Carlo Ancelotti, Real Madrid Football Club, Adagole has become one of the key players. He has been doing wonders for the side of Real Madrid Football Club. Master Antoine Obemu in that particular game in this particular weekends, he was able to have that kind of collaborative effort with Adagole in the midfield of Real Madrid Football Club. It tells you, say, in the last 3 games in the La Liga, the kind of possession runs the side of Adagole etimia facilitating Edema Real Madrid Football Club in attacking third of Omankasa halves. He has given them 89% when it comes to the possession-based system. Xabi Alonso Ebo. In terms of true balls are waiting me at channel, and they are going to the progressive passes of the attacking third. Adagole has been able to make close to about 15 key progressive passes from the central midfield into the attacking third of Real Madrid Football Club. It tells you, say, whatever be a bit in Real Madrid Football Club, when it becomes very difficult for Madrid to unlock the chain of the opponent, it takes a certain other goalie, in the tempo and how direct most of the operational plays in the centric midfield of Real Madrid Football Club into the attacking third. It Madrid. It share a lot of goals. So, Cecilia Maker say, he is the new Toni Kroos in the midfield of Real Madrid Football Club, or a lot of things at the moment. Nina, so check it on your table, Liverpool, Etoso, and then we have other clubs almost who edited. Interestingly, when you check about the kind of players that omitting me above modern Pandemic football clubs, I would take João Pedro for Chelsea Football Club. The entire me take João Pedro and say So we hear Kwanya João Pedro etimi efa so bar Chelsea Football Club during the Club World Cup. I will share most of the important goals are yielded Chelsea Football Club moving into the competition. I was very, very, very impressed with that kind of Brazilian player, Obesi Akan, Edema Chelsea Football Club. Because at the time I know about Chelsea, he wasn't even aware of joining Chelsea Football Club. Now he wasn't even preparing fully in joining Chelsea Football Club. But when the time was due, how about Chelsea Football Club? With a kind of opportunity, Enzo Maresca, Adema João Pedro to stand in as a number 9 for the side of Chelsea Football Club, he was able to make sure say Obetime deliver on a spectacular performance Adema the side of Chelsea Football Club in the Club World Cup. But apart from that, he shared the English Premiership national. He has given Chelsea an assist and also 2 goals in this particular season at Elko Ye, the side of Chelsea Football Club. One particular thing that Yana adding most of new players in a new environment of a football club. And they say, so we players all go into a new football club. Sometimes Yana environment and you're conducive and farm out in your first season. It's Bruni Bekacho say in the first season of a new player in a football club. You are the friend say adaptation. And ubetimi abuama player no etimi adapted to the system, adapted to the environment, as also adapted to some of the method that coach ebetimi train on the field of play. But Kamea say with some of the Brazilian players are omo team with some of the players are omo Portuguese language when it comes to communication and when it comes to other method ebetimi abuama a new player are facilitating the growth in a new environment. João Pedro has stepped in and then he is making it full of himself, and any other opportunity to be able to at all as a typical player and as a typical striker for Chelsea Football Club, he has been delivering on that particular note. He is not only just a striker, but when it comes to the left wing side of Chelsea Football Club, he can easily play. When it comes to the number 10 position, the creative position in Chelsea Football Club set up, he can play. In terms of flares, in terms of skills, he has that kind of ability. Area duels are he has that kind of ability to score for Chelsea Football Club at any moment in time. In the last few games, Yabo and I say in the match day 3, Yabo in the English Premiership. João Pedro is one particular player. To me, one of the favorite players who see a kind Edema Chelsea Football Club. But apart from João Pedro, then you talk about Dominic Szoboszlai in the setup of Liverpool Football Club. Dominic Szoboszlai is one particular player or an offensive midfielder. Especially the game at Liverpool for a boy against the side of Newcastle Football Club. In your first game on board against AFC Bournemouth, AFC Bournemouth by 4-2. I said to Dominic Szoboszlai coming in, he had a lot of impact, especially in the centric midfield of Liverpool Football Club. About second game on board against Newcastle Football Club, 3-2. I saw Dominic Szoboszlai out of a natural position. He was being played as a right full back. But the kind of generation of passes, his offensive plays and his defensive plays, I would give them a Liverpool Football Club and you would Liverpool Football Club for them to win against Newcastle Football Club by 3-2. Then you talk about the dumped camp offer with Team Yadema Rio in Gomoa in the last 9 minutes or Team share that particular goal and Edema as our Liverpool Football Club. It tells you say at that particular moment in time how he was able to set up for Rio for him to score the last goal for Liverpool. Extra say he had a lot of influence, he had a lot of impact in the Liverpool Football Club squad setup. And against the side of Arsenal Football Club. That kind of goal no Shadema Liverpool to me, it is early days here, dear, but you're born into the English Premiership this season. That's a goal be I'm with 2 Dominic Szoboszlai now. I'm afraid to say that this will be the best goal of the season, even in the English Premiership currently as we speak. And it tells you say Dominic Szoboszlai at any moment in time can give you a lot of things for this particular Liverpool. But Yabi,
why? Yeah, Bana Yaba transfer na but quick one. As a focus or more confirming signings out on our call. Atlanta ma confirms a Ghana near here friend Ibrahim Suleimana adjoining Bologna as your corner Wakako Bologna is our official call. And Atletico Madrid the Diego Pablo Simeone on team Massimo we are confirming Zenico Gonzalez. CCA also adjoining from Juventus Obana on your more Ababa Jumana Arsenal. Midfielder na friend Albert Sambi Lokonga. Also adjoining Hamburger SV. MCC and also the free Germany abu wedeba. Duro ni mame kora ni nkomo wo.
Victor Boniface we na medical. Yeah. Update your information.
And I'm also Piero Henkapi. also in chance na be confirm me deal no other ones na wo ho but my enkomra ye buy be fi ni kakra na ats na fi transfer deadlines na ya shase e di uncommon ma me ni uncommon judgment dental clinic o ma so ye me ba be to aso e amamo na monanko for Mr. Grabu ni nyina say ya na as e bibie tutu ni ade ajeje me adaroma yes tu kra wani da so we get ya kwaba
Jacob
na bibia she ye de
Onyako Pando. In fact, you are also looking good. Papa.
Me da se pa
My brother, in fact, you're on point. Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. And also, oh
yes.
Judgment minimum na come the last time is on church na the buy, you know.
Oh sure.
We do feel na for friend am dem na man mom.
Oh nice.
I'm saying one can no munim say nipa ye synchronize twitwi.
Oh yes.
Minute be near
oh, yes.
Sima do na so for Europe.
All right. The edikan we Ghana phone nyina obi bia o hwe program bia. They can say koso na hwe Fakye TV na any judgment dental clinic and so enante fire your dentist. Ye be boa san say de bia can say enipa bebre how are ene omukomu no say omunya oral education in tem omunya information in tem nka etumi eboa omo but nima omunimu nti enama sa problems no aba na so aba wo de hwehwe judgment dental clinic ye okuma say Bantama Abepo Junction total filling station no in branches no so you are placing strategically across the country nti ba bia ebeboa no bomode ane ko ho na yen hwe onim say the eme adwumadi ne dance no say oba judgment dental clinic give you opportunity say obetua on installment basis.
Wow.
Utua no enkakra part payment as and when I visit bia no na wa ba betua ne kakra sa opportunity no ni nyina ewo.
Wow.
Na your number is 055 913 95 82 and now 0549 906 588 now and then your person amount for cavities
mate
now cavities one of the common dental problems are at clinic pa na yeka cavities are the person say tiny holes be above the da usinemu and I say the friend kaka dental caries very common na idea say eto obi a in fact emunsunso no ya na eto spa na yenuane a yedi no akwai te say enye sugary food a carbohydrate na carbohydrate so eno one converting to glucose glucose so sugar and say obi fufu and pesini those things meaning an air starch anti ebe converting to glucose it this oral bacteria they be say microorganism thousands of them anyway no so microscopia you the boy and you the fight against us now they almost fighting no bako your friend streptococcus mutant now near oil say no food debris na aka yes so di yanum ye tea ye beverage do cocoa those things milk spaghetti no bread debris na cows and so no time our body no are relaxing our dano na ono so ababe di debris no we are no release acid I find lactic acid enti esena wo ho no 3 layers oni obi e kasa white na but ye pie a cinema cross section na 3 layers into the outer covering white na your friend enamel now it is the hardest human body part and say enye se bia bibi na akoso se bia restrictive factor B so betiafi and obi obekwa ko widom pe bi crack bi beba ne simo a this say oral bacteria no acid no start say igugu usene so a na with time no we say initial stage because e wo enamel stage na enamel no very hard no on tipping and into a relax it ni pa bia cavities and antokro ntoko ne sino wo mirror mu a wo say ntokro bi di dem no on tipping no the reason being that enamel no very hard but anya hwe kura no esaima halitosis because enuane na yedi no ebi kohihye ntoko no ekoso a ema na epro ewo ho nti ema bacteria no breeding more nti emo no koso edidi na omatiesi the next layer na your friend dentin no na dentin dey enya as hard as enamel no soft to say jelly be type bisa na very soft and it's one didi emu a na fe otusi denti ni mu a eno na obi ka se menya tick sensitivity ana sharp shock pain so onom chilled drink beer ana iced water ontumi enum bi your friend say mango pineapple abrobe any ankano those things na dwen say allergy na okay cancer but say obi ka say menya tick sensitivity the first thing that comes in mind and say denti no problem aye den abam
okay
e mo na didi akwakoto denti no nti e motem bia no ubo say unya that sharp shock pain no e bi dey to me to so 20 seconds 30 seconds na ne se no eda so fm no ubo kwa or brush ya bristles ne kan se ne pe na ne se no fm no pa e ya de e ha dwen na enipa no bet na ho saa insese obe ba dentist no na ototototo nnuro ni ade eno no e manage pain no but into us say your cause and effect so causative factor no e ho e na oba professional dentist wa you hwehwe the root cause baby a problem no e free no na ya stopping wo ho na be diet me didi na akọ the next layer na the central portion of the tooth in your friend no pulp no na pulp no eno na ekuta ese no enti ese na come say enipa o heart no eno ni o body ni engine enti sana pulp no so etie enti under no circumstance apart from say enamel no den na etumi wesa aduane a den enamo a den dompe no ni das nyama na ye de ese na wewe no a sign serve as shield to protect the dentin no any pulp no so exposed but this oral bacteria no edidi esinimu akwakoto pulp no na pulp no e contain nerves and tissues na enipa bia no on say o blood no e circulatory e fa onipa bia no nyina nti akoma no e pump blood no na nerves no anase intini no e bi supply the back pulp ni mu the nerves no a supply of blood and oxygen ema essential living organism enti ese enyini because of pulp no eti ade a share eti because of pulp no but say emoni didi ko pulp ni mu a na che say afedie babia edu no akoye serious issue because infections na akọ so pulp ni mu no e bitumi spread the other parts of your body in rare cases it will come.
Wow.
Oh yes, because obi to me or say oh meti eyemeya or because say your friend is saying tooth infection and I say cavities. Yes, a kumnipa.
Wow.
Yes, really to me kumnipa. Now I say a banasa no it means a banasa and one the tissues na a woman in no a fair banasa no na inflammation so enya kwan ebam na ma ehono na insuofin na enu egu inside don't say pompo na inflammation say ebo bi a insuofin na e free skin mu e pieba na we no enya ba bia emfa enti ubon say na enyinu gu inside enti obo say with time obo say na fofa no
kakaka
yes because of inflammation na akoso e very serious.
Wow.
Obi betumi anya ear problem but not problem no e won sen any problem. Oh yes, into go hospital doctor to me refer say dental unit or because say any and aso nerves no and I say mechanic say wires in a layman term no ntini no ebobo ho.
Oh okay,
it is a bit way it now affect you. It is a cavity so masema a very serious na obi ho no mo on say poor oral hygiene baby come e brush no pa adumre akoda no on brush na akofa sa problem no e dia brain obi kwa de a genetic factor you find say bia ne maami side and ne papa side sa problem no e wo ho nti bia or wha accept age no bo se ne se no na ntoko bi start e be but whatever it is no e wo say immediately no ukohu dentist because e start wo enamel stage na ye betumi aye composite filling over gentleman dental clinic your professional doctors qualified any necessary yenjumedie no wa hwe adansia nkofo di ne posa eba oh yes it is a enamel stage na ye my composite filling e the amount na ya fili ntokro no nyina na mana be te se de etie no pepepe nti sa bre no bia aduane bia enkonko hyehyem ni ade but say e call the next layer na eye dentin no a I was say immediately to me stopping them out you betumi aye eye filling and I say glass ionoma cement ezana ye terms no ye become na ya filling into kro ni nyina e de amount but say e kodi di pop ni mu na e ko say pop no na pop no damage a eno de ye betumi aye RCT and de friend root canal therapy no e de amount pebebre obi betumi afre me pese mo tu me cinema me no professional dentist and obi 50% per say about to sene wabra eseno asala e betu no ise esena asai wabra ye ho hwia enyi it is a blue pop ni mo a eno mo bi ka se meti pain njobo kwa otie me o hwe me o TV no so odidi ne sene ye ne yese ontimi wa change gia no e ga ba left side because o pain no ha the fact that it is better so better pain than say unti pain because se okoto pain la kana onu na de manage pain na en chese problem na nam bacteria no o majai ye betumi aye RCT different root therapy no by mean say ye esene operation ti bie esene so ne yi pop na asay na free mu ye cleaning inside ye bia na ya fill it with artificial one na say e umola titin mu a on say esene inside esene na wo animu e na wo kana titin na o premolars na molars na nti udodom se no on say obi nya aduane a e den a ho na wo de ko bia enam bia e den bi sa no nti gentleman dental clinic ye wie no ye kapo esene said ye be ya o betumi dia wi enam a e den no na ensay procedure na ya ye wo ho no na etumi aboa nti say wo say cavities e wo osimu a in fact enya dia ye di edi agro empe bebe bu okwa bo se na wakoto mouthwash de be ka say mouthwash ye antiseptic solution but obi ho no ma onim na wakoto mouthwash bia keke e wo say dentist na recommended amount
na what you see
because obi ho no ma obetuma ko use mouthwash before you realize no na nenum tissues no na start e hwane obi okra etumi affect it because ketchama no is for taste said be ya obeti ade a ni e da na say e sa but the basa no a obo say ama say first no oye tea na ode teaspoon no sugar no be 2 lebu my na ode 5 and salt a good still one because tea taste no na ko function so bebre e de aba eti cavities ya there in fact e ho asem ka no very serious obu okra hormonal change so to me e de saniama no eba say obu na okọ awo so nyinsan mu no eno so to me ma ni na say obisunya andropos no ya the gentleman dental clinic here kuma say Bantama Abepo Junction total filling station ho yem branches no ye wo 2 e wa Accra ye wo main lorry station ho and ye wo Domekwa Benya atomic down roundabout no so ye branch no bi e wo ho okọ Takra the gentleman dental clinic here Banchase Tadisco down e ho and ye wo Koforidia ye ni central police station no and a bope okọ Techimam gentleman dental clinic ye wo magazine road no so ye ni AY Ahmed and ye opposite nemom aflawo yani Eco Bank for what the same building mu say ahomachi ya free aflawo e de buy and mo da aflawo for echa mu nyina and face so temale ye wotushigu yani central post office no and e wo hwe mu free was 055 913 9582 and 0549 906 588 from
Chile for Pole, no Chile no. Kaye mo ye.
Mama Kwaba be made badge my DKC and so store. Yera suti merena, Yabuj mama, ye medi fi komo kakra. Me make sure some messages na wa merena, making kind in it be at my own neck. A better match pa, Nina Zozerena, a Roma near sign Coco who didn't come aboard on a woman and Makia Mamma. Call for Donna, ne make moves na luta. Ebwa no receive no, or the Baba be Ramo 8 Eddie Ama na ene. Menya krobia kumasi asante koto campaign for anamnyomo edin common ra we no munye na anwada elections omo ko ye no ho komo no city edi rometimi edi ama but nra na Black Stars of Ghana ye said ni all the players in baba be ramboabo e ho ana ehwe na ye de ni chemu na game against Chad ye kokobo no ya woda na players no dodo na aba manyane tie eze asat na okwa almost be 16 players na aba Ababi Rama, Andrew Kwata no, na Dora Baba joinia, or more na or more Abuamania Dayepa, Betimera me kama pantiano, the Black Stars of Ghana, Hong Kong, and I name the Dan Wano, Eden Past, and no, champions on the course or dance park. Na Krobia Kumasia Santi Kotoko, Elko Chibian Go Stars Bombe Kabakwa, or more Antiniante, Hamzata, Musa, and the only guna now wedding. But after the game, no coach Abdul Karim Zito. Edin Komo on rain and in Saken or see and no church in Senemuche.
The Galka tournament, the timing was very bad for us, not for the other clubs, because when you look at our schedules, immediately after the league, we played the FA, we played the present cup, and then we traveled. All this while other clubs were then resting. So we were in the basic phase of the preseason, or complex phase of the preseason when we started playing matches. So definitely, I wasn't expecting something too good from my boys, because when you even look at, you quantify all the goals being scored, you will see that majority of the goals being scored were a minor mistake from the defenders or set pieces. It tells you that all the clubs were not ready, though some were ready better than. But getting to the last match we play against Asafo, the second, you could see that my boys are now picking, they are not coming. So we carried out to them. I told them, look, I trust you, I know what you can do, so we can go and then win the champion here. And there's one thing I kept on saying, you can't be easy to twice. For that why I'm sure. All right.
Eltia no ye command coach Abdul Karim Zito ebo modi timedi after say nei niama ansheda ankui anasepo amfama no tofo nim nana ocheche mu de na so ama niama ankui ba ne wa baba ba dwe no kan twa to zo no tim bi enu abetima che na hye ni mienu ye hye ni mienu de obo modi timedi to dwa no after no coach Frempon Manson say no so edi in command de che
too physical, and for both teams, you could see, you couldn't even see the ball on the turf. It was an end-to-end stuff, which was not good for us. So it was difficult to even create chance. So for me, yes, we had both teams didn't play well in the first half. So in the second half, I think it was I wouldn't say a run of play, but it wasn't a game that they were dominating. You see, we couldn't defend the set play well, and that is how come we lost the game. Too physical, and for both teams, you could see.
Tiano, ye command a pin partner bomb or the Tuja, ano a dempa, Tiza, and uncommon AC etie. Ti Abi, Shana Reka Krama about Ghana, you training no, a shot see a crown is our class possibility. Here's a Bogus Naba, Omaba, to do Naba, or Mobaba be prepare now. Almost team na fair ni there and he say yentizo bi epra TM zo mu nyina no wa around or mo make move no now Tariq Lamptey mo no mo makaka na bia and no deadline here we ni ade but do na aba ti enche ebe hu zo de we ni beto so no zo mo arrive wa Accra Sports Stadium mo bana omo ababe ye training na aboa ma na be timi akoyi pera me there and akotoko after uyo waya na koje Super Cup no e wo bibieni
Kokuyama Bogus na kwaba na yan wo show mu injury free training I'm training Kamakama and Franco 2 matches, and it's a very, very important game. Here, Michelle, champion of champions, maybe, and after match, the 2 coaches, and so Omunsama Omokan. First of all, my memo at the production Abaso. I think we the first official are there, what they are bringing on board. Room to improve, but kakrana and draw the chair and say positives kakra away in giving what editor, if they go back, use that one as a case study. Now analyze here, review near my head of the Premier League in about 11 days now a kickstart, and I think that in terms of coverage, coverage as compared to the last season. Aside that, spectators. Now, me no didn't come over. I can say I want to see how our 2 teams enough supporters are. You be who more our park and so and behold, and attendance was okay. Supporters now mobile park and so they were not just ordinary fans, but they were supporters who came in to support Omu team to victory. Gold Star supporters, you saw them in their colors. Say Omu cheer. Team the Upper Santiago, we saw their supporters also in their colors and then in their numbers. Cheer club the up say Umbinya victory. So in terms of spectators, I think that it was also good that I would say but now to the game itself, I think from Paul Manson summarize the game better in my opinion than Z2. Okay. Z2 can't much about the game, but now we didn't come about on only team. So when I get to the Z2, I'll talk about that. In the first half, to be very honest with you, that game it was more of boom boom and but tactically they came in the second half. The 2 teams now rectify what went wrong in the first half, and now end from there game and they corrected those things. Now in the second half, you clearly could see say now in terms of total football, you enjoy better football in the second 45 minutes than the in the first half. Now the 2 teams, I think that Mekawa Saturday say 2 teams need results matter make us here, but I want to see an improvement from both sides. The Omuda the top 4 now say RJ Gold Stars won the top 4, but Omu total output on the mind. Now and 1 or 2 be I want to see how they will improve. As a matter of fact, make us say Gold Stars more than born the Omuda the Endra and the Omukoda they do top 4 no difference in the answer that in him. So I'm very happy say I'm a part now who do come on Obo Gold Stars see you because you do the interview post match and someone walk say they've identify some positions are said they will need to add up before the club never started African campaign now start especially attacking department and then to some extent defensive unit they will have to work on those things. They may share top 4 and they may share Endra against Santiago more the same thing. And from Paul Mansu going forward into Africa and then in the course of defending the league title now or Jiwu Kumano or Jumaye, he need to improve the players certain positions when wingers there's that one boy, is it Brahma or Barima Ban? Yeah, winger, very good winger of football now. He takes on any name, but the finished product questionable. The end product they need to work on that. So Africa there are some games chance now just one in the game. Those begging chances you need to convert them. I think that also and then Edu Kuminim is now Obo against the former club. No, he was in a rush to impress to get goal for Gold Star supporters. Now onye bibi mane she Asantigo do Conti. Meka say he also need to calm down, understand say football 90 minutes and yet in a rush to get a goal against your former team, but your total output in the team ever. So these are the things, my little observation from BBL goes. I think that the Omeya or top 4 now and they may share and run improvement in the man who they are and going forward from Paul Manso and any team no need to set up and work on it before say Yabako Africa now. Now Santiago Kweku a bit improvement from top 4 no. Not because Kotoko won, but so over top 4 3 matches no performances now now they will compare and rather a slight ahead Kakrabi as compared to the shell our top 4 national, and I think that Zito also here to improve and never be brave our team. No, number 1, the attacking machinery of Asante. As a matter of fact, Kotoko enim won 3 games in the top 4, and then they be share and run from Africa. Zito need to work on Kotoko or anymore. Say new striker be back. Say close to transfer window. Say ya no mo de kwa then adwuma kese we da kujachi. Because obi meka hu bi adwuma kese we da kujachi. They need to work on omo attackers no. Albert Amwa, Kwame Poku, Morifindozo, and then the wingers now omo ewo team no. They need to work on them. Kotoko finish no ewo from in my understanding. So omo dey say na Mekwa Africa when it comes to midfield unit. In the top 4, Manchester who defensively how solid are now Kotoko midfielders it was a bit okay kakra. I'm not saying say okay, but now they compare top 4 the like I said not balance no Kotoko confusion a bit okay. And then in terms of defensive unit, we saw Samba and Ansu or more understanding was okay. Patrick Asiedu on the left side was okay, and then Shaibu April free mono Hamzata Eba in the first game. I think that was impressive so well, and I'm not so surprised he again or clamor saying with a goal, a decided results no Edema Santiago. So generally it was a bit okay, but and yet results are because satisfactory. I'll be timid. What we really now assume as a performance the convention will be one position Kotoko need to also address and work on. Kamara go now what done? Kweku the mistakes anyhow Ojinapo mami nim say sometimes the real feeling he plays so many mistakes every actually 1 hour or going to Africa unya pitcher and dasun unya attackers are oboya sharper. Those little mistakes Kamara will result into counter-attacking footballer opponent in the and I think that they need to also work on that. Now Zito say mention it twice, and your coach now decide is good, so mention it 2 times and fan to us. But the only asema okaya kukumenene enda and say top 4 on the time one and I said top 4 on the brain on the Kobo and Bray because he won it until all can say I want a coach who is real. Olusu matter he accept defeat. Owini matter said the open praises no Olusu oba accept defeat. But is it Olusu match crowd go post match. Olusu are coach principle. Win ba no about the fans no. And I think that it is one thing you need to work on. So lose back. You accept it say a genuine lose, not putting blame on maybe at time. Go through by you rested just 2 days and I started training and I think I fatigue, you know. And that's so anything a day now is I don't want to believe. Say fatigue na makoto kwa ampe for more top 4 na se no o ma nya ade omukohwie ye yen to endra o ma ya ade. Let's give them their flowers. 90th birthday now the champion of champion AC na so why are there and say ye bo aba so but they should build upon kakra na ye share endra no going forward, improve especially on their finishing. Our Dakuja before said 12 on the ball 10 away in the best starting an Africa compare. They do many some of the comedy or my idea, and then Chairman Sulu. So at least this will be grounds are waiting the agenda so I canvas for supporters. The first match and I saw him in his white Anna or the award dance parker or cheer lesson. So Chairman, your first match, first assignment, major assignment, attendance and there from the Kotoko fans, and then Kotoko also won that trophy. They should build on that to canvas more supporters for Santiago.
Abi Mate, me da se power. E be sa ba na ya ba beto aso ne ade. Majo. Yeah, that I don't cast all the who say Kotoko kwa koshe.
Oh yes, catch you say one go penny wom na Kotoko beshe. Na win no. Massive for command Santiago Kotoko. Me nim dey tell me kasa. What we say Kotoko a football club, a demanding club.
Yeah.
House of folk a demanding club. And they say, oh, you coach, oh, you player. Na say, oh, be fa Kotoko ejuma. Na say also person oh yeah, especially with the coach and also some of the players or more Kotoko no. So be fa Kotoko. Na also obe bo Kotoko. Also be coach Kotoko. Then get ready. Say, what drain no? Obe tuni amanako winning mentality. Se caps wo. Na say one G and farmer kumasa santo Kotoko. Focus roba form. The supporters and the media will come after you. That is Kotoko for you. Because in the last years, and as in the previous years at Kotoko, going into some of the competitions are not watching. The media and the supporters were hyping them. A manager backroom, boosted the economy. of Kumasi even as a whole, and even Ashanti region. It is a Kotoko Cup, so say Super Cup now mobile, say FA Cup now mobile. Now say we coach now call Ekwaji de Makumas and Kotoko. I think say it's a good omen for them. But one of the few things are me who were Gaka top 4. Our coach Karim Zito, Aye Mwejumano, is the defensive side of Kumasi and Kotoko. DIABY. So what check Kotoko against Bibini Gold Stars in the first game of Gaka top 4 now. Ubeka Sena Kotoko center backs and they were committing unnecessary mistakes. It got to a point in time I was asking myself, say, and your boys win on Mukobo South Africa, Muko South Africa Kobo Boy NJ, and your boys win on board Presidential Cup, and your boys win on board, FA Cup. They were committing unnecessary mistakes. Nino, main 40 players, even as a whole, but then the only thing I can say, because the coach wanted to do some sort of experimentation, a year beyond the coach limit. Because we are talking about top 4. And so we'll go against Bibini Gold Stars in the top 4. You should parade good squad that you can easily meet against Bibini Gold Stars. But he wanted to do experimentation. Now, so checking the second game of boy, I think it was the same mistakes in the defensive structure and the air committee. Defensively, they were committing the mistakes, especially with the midfield. Last week, now midfield they don't have one kind of a holding midfielder or taking pain in holding up play for Kumasi and Kotoko. So if some share or more possession, I say if say Samba Oniela or no long passes, Zaka or no long passes, Henry Enso or sometimes no short passes from the from the defensive structure into the midfielder, you wouldn't get a holding midfielder come in. So or Jibono or the Mofa Born Mano. On holding on the ball, on progressive ball, no, on dictating passes in the midfield of Kumasi and Kotoko, not a thing at the Makotoko. But all the things now we sat here to lambast Kumasi and Kotoko, especially with their midfield, you know. And against Bibini Gold Stars, I saw the midfielders doing the most in the midfield. Because DIABY, Timbia engine, and a central midfield. And Bibini Gold Stars midfield they crow more Modiji the Ghana Premier League, you know. To me, only quality players over Kumasi and Kotoko. But at least they have players or metimia show identity or mabo muwacha in terms of familiarity. Bibini Gold Stars players na a warm in the midfield. And this is how your Kotoko player and that's how your Kotoko coach. That's all parody midfielders to match against Bibini Gold Stars. And then you should understand, say, get solid midfielders or metimia and neutralize the runs of Bibini Gold Stars midfield. And also just get one particular midfielder or possessing most of the passes, especially in the midfield, into the offensive era of Kumasi and Kotoko. And then Karim Zito change some tactical things, especially with Kumasi and Kotoko. So what check the top 4, even Omkobo South Africa now. Kotoko and also omu transition now. Always the share from the right wing forward. That's the right hand side of Kotoko. But I saw Kumasi and Kotoko possessing from midfield into the central, third zone of Kotoko, and as a Bibini Gold Stars, or more in half. And when you're so we a coach, that's also about possession-based football. That's rantinati says so more possessing, that's more lusua in a quick run of about 4 seconds, or more match up the ball. That's or more recover ball in farmer midfield now. I think the Karim Zito is doing something wonderful. And Meno Makase say if you go in you I can't say Karim Zito a coach. The last time I hear African club and as a Ghana club, so all go into Confederation Cup, Eco semi-finals now. And Karim Zito in year that kind of wonders now with the side of Dreams FC and taking over for Kumasi and Kotoko. The last game Sakotoko in terms of trophy. Karim Zito actually a trophy siwa. What also you have with match this in also DIABY. Golden kicks on board. In the very first half, they played 70% of the first half. Kotoko ball 30% in the first half. Second half, the Kotoko ball 60-40. Karim Zito say when it comes to trophy, finals, trophy competition game, he can win. Of Kaiser Chiefs, but then he went in with a good strategy and good strategy in it me utilize a man in the penalty shootout what me winning against Kaiser Chiefs against Accra House of Folk. Checking the tactical identity Didi Dramani did William against Kuran Santo Kotoko. It got a moment in time I thought Kotoko Krampono said they are not into the game. Didi Dramani came into the game with long passes, with good possession runs, with a lot of things. But because of say not poor clinical finishes, I would attacking third of House of Folk, they weren't able to take upon Kuran Santo Kotoko. Latter part, Kotoko came in with a decisive win, convincingly for Karim Zito against Bibini Good Stars. First half, it wasn't that kind of boa. But in the second half, I saw Kuman Santo Kotoko defending very well, making sure that in terms of offensive runs, they would do it at their maximum best. And they were able to come out with flying colors.
Mate.
So is it to actually say Kuruwani Siwa? Obeji Diama Kotoko.
Mate, kwa brother. Na me na me ni komo mba me wo ye pa.
Mama ntia obi. Being the car one of the emissaries just how the car idea.
No, or they then on the car.
Obi. Oh, Obi must be by and it was so show. I mean, can't you say, oh, incredible or Doma?
And I don't want out to make car.
Or say Sandra Doma.
I'm your big party. Oh,
insanity.
They say I won't answer.
Now, it's also a shoe. Now, could you be a incredible from Doma? So we didn't
know no crown a dear fa a dimidiabum. Was all no may be having.
Okay. And not for instance,
yeah,
Maria Sample said we able to go. I wanted to know how a supporter could celebrate wins. Yeah, and I'm with me as a personal Mishifina. Maniata tai. One one casa free man, but none maniata tai. I just wanted to know how Uncle be feeling because I could lose so much as to us on another round. I could acquire 4 trophies. I wanted to know how Uncle be celebrity wins, But and now I know because I know. Ain't me kind so rest well. In me a holy babia will be a main foul currency. Now who said amount trophies 4 in your absence, and I know that maybe I would be an when you jail amount of masters and look at team say as I know to team major 4 trophies and so the amount and hopefully they will do well in the other games and also be team yakos. So what's your game there bass and run now? You can't check code from Paul Manson say or no task now no woman daily can come out as I know what task.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
And there are certain things that I expect from him. And now the team now, or the boy now, me, Mama Kotoko the chance to win this tournament. Not because Kotoko Ntimo, because Name Shakotoko performance in terms of winning the game. And then Name him, there be Name Pen. I just wanted to see how Nakotoko made the power ball. But if you look at Ghost Stars, no more Jumaye. Because I look at a point in time, wanted to know that some of my pamome, but the most important thing in the game was him to score. But when to me, Kotoko had what they needed in the game, and me to me share. But in all, Omutim never bad. Emmanuel Kobe said, in fact, he is a super goalkeeper. Where performance was done at the Enra when na ye game no. Saves I hold one save back 4 a.m. and it was that Philip head and and then Donzo game no. Donzo ball no, Donzo ye mistake at the point. But the position of the goalkeeper was excellent. But the no goalkeeper ni jinano. Ebi a unye onze ya ne dapo ni kakayini. But na goalkeeper ni jinano. O meki and no very tight for branch na branch to say but your far ball if you go and them say break akraba. So Emmanuel Kobe, and I was very happy for him because now Blasters coached him. And when he can't campaign, I was saying local goalkeepers in the if not for anything, they should be our Blasters goalkeepers. It be about could be a form near the other, but best three and the 2 only come local goalkeepers do make very good account for himself. Almost center pair, they seem to have understood themselves and they are giving good account of themselves, but they need to do a lot of job if they want to go for it. Almost see what I saw mono. It's not because of African Omoya signings, no. They are still within Omonio Mombeso Omoya as a club. So South African there, you bonus something now, but so Omunko African so no more signing. So these signings are for Omu project to Omoye, and probably they will go to Africa, gain some experience. No one will give them to Moko, but they have a job to do.
But Pedokan is that clearly shows as African or more my opinion.
Oh, not the said that the can be so multimedia and yet team that because of Africa or Bomodibia.
And to concentration.
Yeah, we are debating.
No, concentration.
Okay, fine.
Where Ghana teams there, may family deny you no can, may all can of grab.
Oh, yeah,
and I'm not saying no can. Fine, be a league no bit me defending. But Africa, Omunko Botel. Ghana, even your big cans no Coco Cup Champions League near my JS Kabili. Or first game will be you.
Okay, fine. So they are doing well, and you more about so. Koku Yamra Kotoko team, so the Kotoko team I saw yesterday. The Haname can Ayana Manvon Timasi because Zebia may no be issues or something, but no be any issues. But Coach Karim Zito and yes, I'm a Jumano who we near now, Baulu Swahoma. And I pay my team by the our church and some movie or chess say they could be me. I am so on Bepamono. Now Pamona, Pamon influence and one, and so one will free me again. But Waku, as I may no church you say. The top one was not a tournament, not already near there. They perfectly agree with him. But the truth of the matter is, Satan no lose madness when the sport is didn't come. Catch the supporters and say, me na me kono, na me expect me be from tournament team. Now when say me team a new team, tie kwako boa say be far. When you explain to the fans, they understand. But you don't wait till what we need mad, then you come out and be saying those new man. Oh yes, I pay. Now I'm ready and show, which of course me pay. I have a personal relationship with him, but I know yeah, the name na me papa no but said the SNC can make an but in general, Kotoko team was a massive improvement as compared to the team for
yeah,
from goalkeeping to anymore. But whoever you Kotoko goalkeepers to now, ABOU Musro Kamara, so Musro Kamara, Monka and some Kamara, and no more than 4 mistakes in the game that the goalkeeper of Africa and yes sir. Bobby a bonus row, no watching no fan of him. A goalkeeper of Africa, or think what you more from a fan of him. No. Sabo Bina, very much bad, Pejafa, defense, miscalculation, Chetoma, a Bequetia, Bobby, the tempting of Bab, or Nabono, miscalculation, Dabi, or Chibobi, no Sabo, the very much bad. 4 mistakes in one game, Adain, the Dakamara, mistake in the post, Adain. They should talk to him. He's a fine goalkeeper and the height here for Africa. To be the height, no, now my Hamzata height in the pet, no man nourish a muka cow African because Nansemu don't dare say a pie of him. And 2 bad in the goalkeeper and a 10 Hamzata bet to me if you want to be okay, but signing mistakes in the yard also. And penny for her no man in Casa. Good game from Kotoko defense, no, Medican can Kotoko team net the hono. Coach about 28 matches no on G League na yam pamono because a solid team will play to a teamer with much Temumi and Nobo Ghana Premier League still will compete favorably. To one to me in league now, yam fa usin chenu from na. Kotoko ye remarried of in football now, they do big things, so do big things for team friend Kumasa and Kotoko. I feel you know. I didn't see Lord Hilary double doing that work, as Ojibo never pass it, but in terms of covering grounds or cover grounds here. For your last minute foul, we are not there because a defensive midfielder. Because that yellow card was for the team. You could play the rub box, many things can happen. And your foul, Hamzata or MON-FRI, perfect. Or cover a lot of ground for Kotoko. That is what you need to defensive midfielder. But in all that they do, Omon try to find a place in the team for Tenedu and ask Obio Tenedu Boni. Tenedu Babo anymore. Or Jibona, the first touch to put himself at 10, that is what I need in the Kotoko midfielder. I won't make Najibona, no money room boom. But till don't sack and put himself at 10, no a must pass. The pass with me, not pass ni gozi. That is what Kotoko need in the midfield for spraying passes. Or Munkasan Emmanuel MP. A Buffon was so sometime for Jibwa. Pass Biano Abache. Long pass Biano Abache. There be a Munkasan Treno and Sabekwa, Ebeboa. Donjo was not bad. He hit the post.
Yes.
Elbow board my goalkeeper Sevilla. In all, Fleppamo in the game for me was my man of the match.
Yes.
Of Fabona, that is what I need in a winger. Co defender and what Chenong the ball in Botan. Of Fabo do I know Echo ya. No, but I was in a corner. Refinani. That is a good player, me pay. So in all, Kotoko team na here bad. They will need to improve on finishing on the other. But say Kwame Poku ni bo ni mo mama mo long balls. Koku. Long balls no hand win more bebo. Donzu. Oye eno we no ono pebo ani bo chen.
No, we no na coach Juma. Say coach bia won strength.
Oh na make say
last time only Masudi Dramani kai. So nimze Kotoko strength ni. Uze bobo a o player o di ni jinama. Say match we be one thing na you register 35 players. You get beyond the player then about.
Okay.
What you say? Player BDA Carabao Cup, BDA FA Cup, BDA League, BDA Africa. What you say? But this is ebi a obodo nso a obetima ye bibi ebe accommodating is yam long passes. But over long pass dey be at Kwampoku be something like that.
Se Kwampoku jenu no one element mu a obo long pass bia ni say a added advantage. You go make the ball number from link up play near there. But Donzo wants to run. The young boy into the no running cover. Na so meeting na bobo na affect Donzo pass omunya make for the onim pass ni bobo meeting about defense play passes. Em say Alex Asamoah de ni bi. Nya to wetia asamaba.
Mother wa ya some bana ya baba be bin komo ne adia. Mama Mauze Chama Alexander Manua and Frank and in komo. Chama be abo call here. Is there match back why your budget trophy there. And say we are seeing as a money Real Madrid ne Chelsea for na was our record.
And that's on it.
Say the man who say trophy this year.
And that's on it.
And yes on it. Net is saying.
It's about Bono. There were ups and downs.
Oh, okay.
What I say. And my team analysis is very well. Last season, Mamisha or her four, no team for now. So when last season, team no break look matters and Kotoko league.
Yeah.
Or a squad size. IDB season was 23 players. At a point, he said the junior players didn't go man and marry the team Kako game. Now you really now 1 week they go FA Cup finals. We FA Cup finals. So I'm saying 1 week or so. If my memory serves me right, I go President Cup. Then breaking ball for 10 days in a call South Africa, a couple Twitter Cup. We really nearby. I want to say a quarter Africa now. More than no one ever near friendly. Not at all near friendly. Me some I can't make a school South Africa to me. But I'm near friendly at all. Think what I call about that. Just say we bring flew near that day. Anna, your call. Now that time now games everybody started precision. But a game plan for that kind of game like Pacobono. Now you are buy no, I see a cop precision. When you are ABOU, you bear with me, sir. Precision in stages. That's what I not watching now. Is because for the first week, no, but then now this stuff was ahead of us. And TM so we have physical bear 2 days now, almost at this over the mobile. Maybe call here, what friendly match. It was played on Saturday. And the Monday no call a crack of ball every cup. Maybe call Friday because it was Friday. We have a fair call G2. No, the chairman left me alone. And Kaya more top 4 because the boys are tired and they are not ready. The movie better so money ready for the tournament. But me can announce somebody in Kaya to me that until you come up parts. You can't say media resource no and yeah dear like I have a baby. Sometimes it to Kaya. The coach will call down the boy now the better results what. And many came up Frank will bear with me. That Saturday now, or I can keep up money. What I say, in fact, boys no upgrade. But I mean, can be a call. Top for that, my go in terms of the this had to be one. You are quite go. It was very abysmal performances. And the supporters don't know about we correct to because of say, you come a be near. No moment was indeed the boys were tired. When you are a bit also by no here on between the negative. Yeah, because I'm saying. Saturday they say woman if you want to train in your gidi be go mo once a day be an pa mo kwa you mo ko be you kwa mo ko sanu mo yen ti mu say and no a me catch boys here a guy back one no can na boys not boys no because what do you see today after some rest you know what I say the football rest is so you hear papa me be me play the kuba me say obo we are get enough time to rest bro you cry adwuma ye who we not to want to rest I mean say no I call match by my room in Papa me the cham hoto but me na boy 11 p.m. e join kwa me ni bi my break obreno bear 2 weeks my bless what I say it's a matter we me be as we are so what I say ti odie ye monta luckily enough we are high to say England now obo champion the week no start league I'm say the league in sense start next week 30 so you 2 weeks right so 20 it's about boy papa but boy here am be do best start league now o matter you working be there cannot donzo it can be the first time met to the bus and took. That's what I saw in Donzo. Pierre, which means Baba will go keep out by the ball, no, the game cannot go. Then I was a coach, and they told me, man, with me, a strategy or bubble, or so manage, maybe I don't try to do land and ma like Santa Land and Crossuma. One of the better sound one and bad actually we cannot get another. And no, in fact, I was very happy. Even though we won, me the because we win in a pre-season games near the nearby. Uma win no road to me be bad. And many time we hear when they be no. Now when see media 2 years off from a blessing in disguise. A blessing in disguise. Once you call that Africa, as I also folk, as the president cap, the court to attack up, I call you there. Hey, the team that you. Because sanity, oh, yeah, team, you remember also now that catch you off guide. They see what for my own, so they be oh, and calling you ready. And sanity that you make it was a moment ready. And I was very happy for the performance I saw yesterday. I was very, very much happy. And as I went up with that, I didn't tell my baby go stars. Please, you can share 2,000 money there. Now, when there, never because I am home. They were something at the papa. Nacha Masolo, I win national supporters chairman on Thursday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We are paying and Saturday. As summer, now we come catch and say, fair tax. Again, the very good tax on Sunday. Near Connor Hakosha. Bro said, when I win a Jenny Saturday, as I Jenny Sunday, I said, DJ Cassia, but the catcher boys and said, do now some rest. They should have enough rest. Very, very necessary in football. They should have enough rest. Because last season, you bought 2 tournaments. That is the FA Cup and the Premier League. This is in the FA Cup. What about Premier League? Confederation Cup have become yes, and the Confederation Cup also. Oh, now, who to come by? We do a 48 hours. We will game on yeah. So if I talk about match Friday, or by Tuesday, also to me game. What I say, and I was say, oh, yeah, I mean, I'm doing my homework. Go bed there. Society in was the year one. We are.
Ade chama mesa bana ya twaso din komo kakra ne ade afanga yere ka game no ho asem kakra nra e be say didi no na doso pa after ye kobo to for na ne man fa bare no arena ba
kwaku medase ma menchi akrobia kuma sasante koto supporters o mo mo hwe o mo e wiase afa na nyina no kre top 4 ne fia ya na ye ba Wednesday Ibedi unko sa top 4 ne kwajigui na Thursday se to aba new year ye focus na ko champion of champions so na wo hwe emu abenedie edrumre bi kwa na ye mu bi no ya be mu bu se ball no kra no ye be hwe isa ne ma ba ko mienu mense bi a ko ye ni so but empenifo she yin cry chema K5 chema lesmenu eni ya ye chema solo ese yin cry se bibi be si bia ne mfa sada manyame na ye nkonkoshe ball no ye kokoshe na mekan wo ba bi se Monday me the cap bebe kumase na wa unya ba ni se me di agro
okay
ba na niti ye no na cap na be kumase ti me bokro be kumase sante kotoko abaso for adwumaden a omo ye playing body technical team na game ni nye easy na enye easy uhwe hawa na bo edwume bi na bo na aye too physical eze we bamba na anodin ba ni nyina mu no omo kame omo self ayo ma jiso mbe kunkoden eno na me hu kuma pem spirit no se eba boys ni mu ti ebede nyankopon ase se oka ye hu ma de na top 4 no ekofa oyo neni se me ya so se nka no an kesa ajigu ya ene nka nyanzi se atifia ya
ka na de nka me se
so da nka be ye ne ma ke be bebrebe ebede nyankopon ase se nyankopon aboa ni etimi ko be bia ni ekokose wo mo aye je cap no edeba kumasi
Mate, chawa, na mamembo mabaso emze okan is all the uncle loose inside da. Na meze hu outcome na no na quite impressive. Numbers no. Na eches ampama yejuma pa. Menim the other cultural supporters no na fi team solo. The mo be tuja because after we know ya hu ze as a nije ne ba ne ade and menim mo imagine say na be because we massive ayipa.
I mean, now you may have a projection 80%. Oh, yes. Now, so now we have, yeah, I need this election now. I was about elections, sir. yeah, do papa. Or me himself will attest to it. Say me my mom will be paying. It don't know him the meeting or elections. Or me second term. At a point in Pampom Metuaban. When I second no be a bomb. But me I'm sorry can you for Mom Metuaban. So I'll attest to it. Unless it be at our person can create day. What I say, you know, sometimes will be a bear for no betan or cancer one emissary. We go a second over bed 3 years clearly. We know he on the bar no so can work. Yeah, campaign met me if you come out as an Gregua, a campaign, I could register the bar. As you could see, that a Makota Macro is a man for Makota Macro is a man for. Or being what you know, I'm a Kuaba.
Wow.
And there now elections registration may end no. I don't know be more quarter. But that mean my credit may win every. And now both teams will abaso. Now old Twaba. Now brains like Chamanobit. He knows it all. There were Gava Kefana Kotu. There come on with the Fabu sensors buyer. Akoto Kahubi. A mom town drafted the whole thing. No, Akoto and Chamanobit not drafted the whole thing. It was these people behind you. You have Chaman K5. I bone there was his original.
Oh, yes.
I don't know circus no. There will be more national Chaman Chaman K5 for but Chaman K5 in the human relationship, the love he has for the club is different. And you want the national Chaman K5 Katapadu be about to them. What I say, you have Chaman Benazir. It was they went on radio, they never hate their supporter more they don't hide it. No matter pronounce it penny passing the sea. Bro, not any as I'm getting. Yeah, Franca. Yeah, can registration Franca here now our election show. You have no idea. But I said, Dina was willing say we have to hear the win. And we told our members about 1:32 o'clock no be at baby.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
By 1:32 p.m. no be at baby. It is all here. Yeah, call dashboards, you know. The fair vote by there 14 seconds after 6 p.m. There Solodia. 16 seconds there Solodia. 17 seconds there Solodia. 18 seconds they come out. In Zambia 4 minutes after 6 a.m. no now presented you know 70 for Solomo for Suwari 34 of message. And the maybe me ko e bia ye group ni pa no. Yes. Liverpool. And they will be ahead. Yes, mental fear to head ni. To head in Befron, we just go and group at a place. Enti oko asankrega for instance. No mu groups na A2. Ba ku bia woni pa more than 100. Enti mo leader na jamoni na motivation. Dial *920 *9 at a go no be adale. Choose number 2 for Solomon for so no be adale. No confirm wom. Se nipa 100 confirm na. Yan fa say hints be kwa ba dia 20 if you are 10 minutes be ba nipa 8 ni yana 19 be ba once till the vote will come in box sani oko Accra me omi ko o iko ni nipa 400 me come to me register nipa 304.
Wow.
And omu nyina che mu omu 304 omu che mu 5 omu nyina vote say make sani no tie vote no na ma 1 no ba go be 100 200 100 200 100 and I was sending we have confirmed so a category out.
Yeah.
It's one way because me Mr. Boy no already voted. Me challenge offense. Chama I'm sorry. Dr. Jima, me no issues. Me papa ko second assistant. Chama Jima Dr. Jima Michelle. And to fear one kind of crunch me. Also a vote on an Italian and already voted. Or not here, Usha, the truth of the matter is that she tried voting. In terms of me, I confirm the Kati.
When your message.
And Sana, when your message back to Watoba. And Sana, the lady Bakwa, a command, a lady by one lady Bakman for Sako Kotoba. The lady Nidriano, when you say, or Tapu is already voted, no more sending mommy. To be fair, that you know, say, send me from the Pakona money, then send them the same. We are sending Mr. Chamai, or the USD code corner to you. Their website, no one can be tomorrow. It might be said the part tries to confirm you know no needs to be either at all. It papa that day credit expended there call Franca at the point can credit on my phone so she has to use her own money to back credit. Yeah, Juma wholeheartedly with your friends. I'm not saying some super baby. Take money strategy in a day. If the system was hacked, system means Franca ewo Chamasulu. The Banana Franca to na ba obi a obi is the one man na.
Na impossible.
What did the mission nti the idea say ye bobo ni pa no eku no ba entuma wo. We lead them by more instructions. What to do? We are say message number. Your vote for Solomon Ofosuware has been counted successfully. What will be it? Make I'm for screenshot on my phone, so about 1,000. I'm for screenshot about 1,000. And now on the day near our grounds war, oh one will be about over on the phone. About 12. No, be some one about 12 man was me 12 person message. Quickly no one and what to. About 12 man quickly no one and what to. Yeah, near our grounds war. I mean, you call me call you 7 o'clock. So me say we be me for kana jam 9 PM kwa to that day no until you tutu in work you are fed as far from. Don't forget say me the current Ashanti Regional Secretary Council. Yeah. Here to ya no. There's still a card that would to abano a FABOU census number. Yes, circles here to about each circle and department by the form delegate. To two delegate about to and also there was support FABOU census number. And me FABOU census Dr. Jima and me dance me in my own way. For recent people 500 on the platform. You are company, me trust can be meant for and the same time me register or pay. I have your particulars with me. Have your details with me. So on a day I'll call you. Who can't raise them? We can discuss what's my results. Say, Annie, too much am I so what you are can't I say? Me I can't say that you also try to say me. Yeah, cannot that say no. What I say, I do my the years I vote to know. Yeah, Kono. So the American projection was 80%. My supporters say 80% this one. Only 1% so many 81. And all the ones. And now so more for so why contested so Christopher Demina on the 23rd of November 2019. Yes. The Mananya 209 votes. So Mufuzunya 118 votes. The difference was 91 votes. Now so we one China. The starting campaign was on my Lucia than the starting campaign was
that's why you from 2019 basis.
Only the number basis Abri. One China, one high car, water players come, or my players come, or yes. That's your book one. When you say, let's be Eric Sato Abani Masolidi. Yes.
Oh, yes. And come on,
Obrekum. Beneto for 0.
Yeah, 0.
This is a man 0 back Kotokono. No, Kotoko card, sacred card. Come on back Kotokono, Kotoko sacred card. Or buy you, or suffer also Solomon for so many more. Boy, me Boba Kotokono. Not solo and a heavy. The Beneto for it, a fat one who's my breakum origin by 45.
Well, we all know a crown on the handles and on us and DBR the promotion.
Yes, and this Chamasolo, a course, Beneto for him, Chamasoko, breakum.
Yeah.
Beneto for him too, Chamasoko breakum.
Chawade, a man who's almost a gram in the over can't share with France.
They can say, it
don't come from source on any.
No, to my you, no one to my you, it will be as elections in the way. Wouldn't make us be a better idea, but we fear endorsement, they are massive. And they make us say, we are not going to disappoint anybody, any day. We are not going to disappoint anybody. So no more all body, you say, one man is maintained, give the chip, the bed mamma, until they'll be asking, and not so much our boy, Mesako Corini. So our passive, I jump on the first header, I know the other head is
Baga, Bobby Chato and I in PM when I was there.
Breno, as one wins in a Mecca Crabby. When you say registration, Bracha Masorina, I hear Nagas Hobecono. Mr. T register, no money and Messiah says some more register people.
Wow.
Messiah, and register, not that time, no, and Mamma is serious, or money now be register. And I'm sure say, what to office are Maba? Menu bedding Comovia, so him to be a Marcy Casa. Nipanonia Crana, how I better once, and Nakasa no obey. In the air said that, and yet the better, yes, supporters, Nasi. Saying Uncle in Shawomo, do you Nisika, do far car. The NBBR the supporting Chama Solomon and Bayan, Yankopo in Sham. So if you want to have a cramana, Yankopo won't shout. Yen in a Kapotokono, a pen cabomu, ye eating up, near supporting Chama Solo. None needs to add Papana, what do a macro bear Kumasa to come, Yankopo and Manemrem, ABOU DIABY.
Mate, Merasipa, Yavasa by Siana Berapia transfer deadline. We all update our run but Maminti Wimra, Mebape. Na yasen ababa beto aso
abusia givers industries ebusu a ye kire okwan abefa so a obe wo hye eye washroom ye kura eye givers rozone ɛne ekura givers WC cleaner.
fofo pole no wa tele no no kaye wo moye ye
Mama Kwaba be made ba juma di kese no so still yera so wom sere ka ye no ya bana ya ba be bo juma aka 3 minutes na orwani chemu ewo Europa omo major transfer window na akọ etimi area pem na tama na ye din komo no na kofugu so mo sign ya ne so mo sign ya ti ya bere na yakọ na ye din komo akra na aboa ma ne ma ko ye pe etimi area ma luta asen aba mre sebe kono na ye didi nkomo ne on sere ne ma na isi etie but ore this transfer window na o message ni betimi abe live on Fakye TV on Facebook transfer be na abe kase eye transfer na no edimpa edema and asa na o mo we dikin ato mo no wana abe kase ni team ato ne nya mfa so wanzo na uza aze adana de ekeka ko na mfa ewo amano ne edi mami bisa me bedwafo na me say quick one na me hwe na luta fiem rura ne ade abi meaning signings be na abeka say top signing o ma ya we ni ajon pa.
Well, I think so far 130 million pounds the Alexander Isak top.
No me come on the monya o mo bi no.
Okay, so far
okay, we impress on the ade.
I'll go with João Pedro. Of course.
And a signing man na hu so ye.
Jamie Husuyi.
Yeah.
Manchester for striker I'm friend. Benjamin Sesko.
Husuyi. Macho signing ben na o my ya be so far the modern money impressive amount.
I think semi-final English Premiership Higo Iketike.
No we can in Abu Mami Europa 7 Europa 7.
Okay, so in Europe, you know, so I was checking most of the signings. João Pedro, 6 goals with Chelsea. Higo Iketike.
Wait, Jimubia. Why not? Is any na luta nyene
Iketike.
And why na huni?
I think Sesko.
Wow. Signing Ben when you had John by European League in Ayabo. Jokers. Now why na huni?
Manchester United for number 9.
Benjamin Sesko.
But still I am back.
Benjamin Sesko.
Of course, and also the coach is council.
Can I be able to call it?
No,
so far, me want European major signings and all the end when you are John Bar.
So far, dear, Makama Pedro, João Pedro.
Na de na huni.
Benjamin Sesko.
Na de huni amo na munya abotremane.
Abotrebe bia.
Ba me na signings of my year room na de mania John Bar. Dean Hosson.
Oh yes.
Solid.
Yes. But they be huni ye Alexander Arnold.
Yo yeah nanu yi na hu.
Then no yeah nanu.
You can make your fishes go and back my travel.
What would you have also Bakapa Trafford?
James Trafford.
Signings in
Ebiaba. Na ye didi nkomo ya ha na ye de chewo mo. Zongo de bekasi jara to so no. Na mayeni kamfa Napoli for their Rasmus Hojlund. Omadi kan work am no. Also already akase deal no waye na rival crowd to winner or Napoli. Bibian but officially omodi ni Bibiaba kire se sisi do yomu player omone ne ebe boy djuma. Na mami Anthony Tama no ne family ete flight ma omo kwa kopi mo Sevilla no. Na ohwa nyo no kwa na wote flight mu no one ne brother ene ne namfo na ni parent ena na ete flight mu a omo eko kire se ene edidi a no manyina ebeko na Anthony de no hwe ni deal no said ni deal no city a sesei so nya wie ni medical no ena metima confirm ma say enye loan wo kobo a straight deal 25 million euros and Anthony Echo. Now Gilbert Nyade what flight ma anka ye kakra because what flight no omukodru ye and Napoli Real Betis for every announcement omudi vi onyinye tama omote flight no ko Sevilla no eni onene ene brothers ne namfo bi ka na ne father so ka
le brother ne say Gabriel Jesus Nemerson Santos your team was Gabriel Jesus pa
okay na mame video na Betis for the bus on be ABOU no go to aba eni hwe video ni hwe ma ponche eni Betis for so omanya the goat. It is a video.
This video no they have it. Is a punch the chene na kasa
Now, Gilbert video na beside the mouse is here. In fact, the official video actually ni say Anthony Nyewrum eni Betis for video mo dia ba say 25 million euros. Anthony enye loan no okobo omanya wi a player no eba and to sha Betis when you to transfer na update also to know the picture na ba omani abria omoje no mama no mafa na ufura yemro St James's Park Alexander Isaac say supporters ni bi akọ no mkodo mu bu ofupa omo de banners bi akọ bobo St James's Park bi ni
okay
na banner bi na da ho no uhwa banner na twere nche ho na oma twere so me ba twama banner no eni Isaac is a rat ena visa so aba ntenche visa eba aba be ne bibia na se ono aba be boy dwuma de amom nti Alexander Isaac ne se wuramu St James's Park and Newcastle. The good news they say Liverpool for the first round omne Newcastle nyawi nyesa padan kokko wuramu odia nka betting na magei menu wuramu sisiai Liverpool I will say less than 10 minutes. Ninja say
commander yanka say a close to transfer
omanya close
na bonti
enti nessa magei
ya ba edbe
mo minu ka say dia
abita messages or the way dey no mo agree enti no
yes
if na makwan extend no
okay the chance na omu manager no Oliver Glasner and na air threat is omu no omu no kwa obetuma gye adwuma no because time omo agree till no na onya replacement also me yesen come kofa I go be the naba Emma said didn't collapse here. Some disaster ba amfa. Entina replacement ka all professor ma gay kwa obetu de na ba no onyabi. Enema deal no de na ka both clubs nyanya reche. Figures be bia boy na be in medical e London. A private jet I ready de na be kwa kopim Liverpool. But Oliver Glasner says when nya replacement oh my boy nko. And na ye twentwen so nti bia no be man special dispensation
we be about production so we be media to so e dey more Premier League for no with the explanation say transfer window ni close but say na the we can almost clubs are almost submit transfers of players documents before 7 p.m. that is 6 p.m. yeah you see you know so players they are special dispensation team we in the down
okay
on only situation no follow within this category on betimi ahwe na o maye ho so
that for the sake of improve na kan kakra me because this form does not constitute a legally binded contract.
So okay, the most important we need, however, clubs can still complete transfers after 7 p.m. That is British time. Yeah, it's 6 p.m. if they have submitted a deal sheet before the deadline. It's a way you are fairly way you now submit it before 6 ne ever. You meet me a complete deal after say time no aso apa.
Man farmer say Arsenal man komo hwe say ombema Alexander Zinchenko a Rome Olympic man say team ni me no titumu but myself for say when wage demands also ni weekly salaries ni na sefo omuntimi ntamo motwomonti boy ni etna Arsenal wanko Raheem Sterling eso Chelsea aye dom betimi bia obi ama me Sterling swaka Marco Asensio yamfa confirmation on say an offered na arrival na bae we sade obey the medical we no say on the official confirmation at about jersey number 21 and obesho of Nabachi Manchester United for say do me bibie nyi na winter omo priority ebe Medford omo ntran top Medford omo pa ebe ram summer nti United there na mu eso aye den e de ama omo pa na Donnarumma so de already di card my nkrofo ono so ne agent Enzo Raula e won nchen a mo e broker deal ye bibia e ma bia kwa e di ntia boy na ye friend no ana goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez Manchester United ansign no a mo kofa Seni Lamons e de ne bae no ni nyina no se na ka Jadon Sancho na Aston Villa for air no e de na ka no where time ye nya Royal Antwerp goalkeeper no na owie bi obefa no private jet abi pemo Manchester eno ne da so no ti cameras ne capture no eno ye the new goalkeeper obeda da Manchester United Seni Lamons ono de ntinanka United for Shadam Penisa na komo pe experienced goalkeeper we proven no Premier League no na mom Jadon Sancho yes ono sa permanent no nko entiaba sa no na so no so no Aston Villa for so twentwom na ase and then Man United equivalent Central D United for abro e power ha now FC Porto goalkeeper friend Diogo Costa mi rom na Turkey omo de ne yankrosu ba Galatasaray enya edes na edes ko fana bachi no enti omo so the offer akoma FC Porto 25 million euros o man Chris omo fa so munya Diogo Costa omo pesa goalkeeper no na onana so Galafos when yabre esa se omusu nyana enye bad enti se goalkeepers me no Galafo ehwe se omonsa ebetimi aka no baako eso enie ana baako se onana ele se onana e dia onye first choice goalkeeper and from Manchester United ana Bambobe so Sunderland when awie Bambobe
Romo Sunderland
waba na 2.5 million ene sika itimi epiemu na Manula Kanchi Mamitama Kanjibedu Airport. No, Linate Airport or Milan. Umami Manula Kanjo Red near the Kandia 2 in Crofonim. I bred it 3. Yatasa or free airport winning you or no facade we or before the second door. And Abba a Kanjini. Aha, Kanjin Ebano. Na Omotra ne Diaba Sunibia, a Bumisia Pibimame. A sopa a Kanjino. Wabi do the van de neko mami tame owie ni medical no akanji wie ni medical no sunye
wow e ono ne deal to him time
no time we ni medical we ni bibia ama bibia so mami Lois Openda so be dru ye J Medical Center ema ono so ye mam ono so wie ni medical no esu ni Lois Openda we ni medical say betuma confirm say ono so do player
yes
na mama player na ye fe no Z Grover ono so J Medical Center ono so kwa ni medical
another fine winger
yes
mbo papa
ono so we ni medical no we also sign autographs kakra and all sensan no wanya amomanya ama ni jersey number be jersey number 11 eno ni Edon Zagrova ntini jersey number obehye eso ene ye dia mama na me pato mami abu player no Odogu David Odogu obedu edma onso ewura kasa Milan na okosign the contract ni players le ba say ya ye jijuom se dadama
Oscars nko
na omuko Jafford na ye de chill eso ba no we from Wolfsburg Odogu wakwa ni medical we are bibia eso edidam na Adora Bill na ni bibia ye national contract no na onya enye but we be ni medical wa sign ama ni bibia so aye kama edi amomo na ye wura mu no
Rabi Okotimbe
oko AC Milan
why no beko
10 million euros na adesa the first game oni player no ne kon ye ma myself for pam wo Jonathan Rowe the first game for Milan after international but Bologna also ko Bologna nti omu ye bishia nti sa dan de ya nhwa gisetuo ebe to ho na Xavi Gallan so no ye hwa so obewura e Nottingham Forest na menim ye wura na documents no
Xavi Gallan deal no collapse minutes update am wo ha ne say document na ntimi exchange on time before say 6 level nti Xavi Gallan deal no off amfa
okay and as Strasbourg so assign Fulham winger Marcia Godo o ma sign no Fulham winger no on so ma sign no nti so no so Remo Strasbourg
commander Strasbourg na no ma fa Ben Chilwell Oh, Chelsea.
England actually
official day, yes. T Strasbourg have far bench from Chelsea official day. Loma medical done. Chiwo joins ambitious project at Strasbourg. Loma done.
Okay, nice one. Tia Busua. Na anopai any omo pamo. Eric Ten Hag, the double decker man. Na a Basanka almost signed Javi, former Barcelona player, former Barca coach. So or rejected offer no. Or Liverpool said man on pay. Into also the Emam Ewan no. And a Brazilian player or board my sector Donetsk friend Kevin. Kevin so also no a Fulham. 40 million euros plus 5 million euros add-ons. And on from sector Donetsk. Also about the ball. And a Celtic as we room for Datro Fofana.
David Datro.
Yes.
I don't go through.
Yes. And omu evrema ye room hano na pe bibia de dem se boy na accept ya bibia ekoso na omu ye omu medical no e wo ha sesia ebebo be some seconds 6 no na enu collapse ye dia batas at me room ade nti mo patwa mo
ha Datro documents was sent on time, but official confirmation we must send the documents on time, so we await the official confirmation.
Mati midasi. And Samuel Chukwueze on Fulham or passing medical, a loan with option to buy. A basa send after the loan deal be permanent. Total package, you know, about 25 to 26 million euros. But they see the loan and also a kwakobo. Amebia aye kamanti na fitinya ye wram wana e person or renew the contract. Also one player Madrid for ni abrepa. Madrid for betimi adada no san kofin de ndom timi ye. Enti PL say obi na oton akokọ be de kwa. Enti asati na omo sporting director eso ni fitinya kasa omo person we stand ma bibia aye kama. Nemom Ademola Lookman Bamu Chindel no Atalanta omo di loan koye nanso Atalanta so omo permanent sale Bamuchi so omo sika no so ntimi nti omo so no deal no off for Ademola Lookman nti ono so likely edruba bi na teams ni be show interest nemum ye wura ne de na Ademola Lookman deal to Bamuchi no eso off eno de eba ana Hector Fort na Milan Mallorca eso de boni pepa Milan for there on se do samom timi pa ebe wi ase na akwa ye den na mo Mallorca na likely say ono so ebeko na Bilal Canus ono so no watimi adwane Stuttgart from Leicester initial loan deal with obligation to buy 26 million pounds into also watimi awram ewo eno de no so efiro eba ya yede mamo ewo dwumadie no so na yeguso
timame for inform say ordination so awie deal for Idrissa Gueye striker from Met we need Idrissa Gana guy but a young boy Idrissa Gueye or a striker loan with obligation to buy ordination cash awie from Met and then Brel Ibolu also adjoiné start the René. Brel Ibolu adjoiné start the René of France.
Everton. Okay, player today. Everton for so at me appointing Martin Hawkins as a club new chief financial officer.
We know a players transfer and Kasamai. Why? So there
is an update for McGee Liverpool. So Liverpool submitted deal sheets for McGee's £35 million. Crystal Palace now deciding.
Yes.
Crystal Palace for
Palace for Junior.
There's another report also saying Oliver Glasner crack at you said boy the corner in the Jumet.
Yes.
Athletic
Club. Yes. So finalize American Laporte.
finally
yes.
Laporte joining
yes. Athletic Club have finalized the signing of Emerick Laporte 3 seasons.
But what Ramos Spain on my video rest was also confirmation for Carlos Soler.
Okay.
I'm say officially meaning they give a number check here. WhatsApp you wanna Miami. I don't know who's so confirming chancellor member. The Mammy share say Carlos Soler the ready and could see video no. Never said that for no so no. He confirming no. There's a one sign in Germany at Jehon Pai with your Laporte. Yeah, can't you? I am ready, Ananka, or Momianque Soleil, you know. And the teams, you know, this time around, no more near man, no more yet the unveiling players. Oh, yes. They are ready. Give it, you know. Hey, at the end, you take a camera.
Muchas cosas que aprender de esta historia, puede que esta sea la más importante. Los grandes momentos de vuestra vida no serán necesariamente las cosas que hagáis, también lo serán las cosas que os ocurran. Cualquier día, al salir de casa, vuestra vida puede cambiar totalmente. El universo tiene un plan, y su plan siempre está en marcha. Una mariposa mueve sus alas, y empieza a llover. Da miedo pensarlo, pero es maravilloso. Todas esas piezas de la máquina en constante funcionamiento, asegurándote de que estés exactamente donde debes estar. Exactamente cuando debes estar ahí. En el lugar adecuado y en el momento adecuado. El destino estaba escrito. ABOU Real.
No. So, Unzampa Carlos Soler, what Bible wage made a marriage society. I don't know, chancellor member. Dear Congo, mo center back, no. Also, Romu, Ewole Metropole, 2 years of Canadian in here. I was there on my CIA no near there. To Muzampa, I did not know it. Papa.
I think I do na videos neighbor.
Yeah, chancellor member. Another fine center back. I'm so experience here, partner. Opimpa.
Bemna kuwati kwa dende be kom.
Opimpa. Tiono so Remo Banwa Babe. You are again to us.
Liverpool so sign Ezekiel Fernandez from Saudi. Nti Liverpool a contract o masan kwesi 2030 ononi. Ana Cremonense eso assign Jeremy Samianto. Abra or arrive in Milan and work in medical no yenya ni video no. But we join a team of Cremonense. In your brow, arrive here no, and that's why, and also ye de mamono, which Medino so. T. Bibia did them.
Why we?
And boy, we saw Wadronic VRL, Georges Makotazi.
Georgianino.
Yes. Anopa, not in the Kelmu, say goodbye. Edma Lyon for what take a man or pay say goodbye in here. Na VRL for any deal no confirmed. Modini Jesse mana or sign Jesse no so video no so and also any that's why yede mamo ewo ejumadi no so nti adena edoso nti
believe there ocha
de dodo na beba na Musa Yunus Musa ono so adjoin ye me pacho loan and ono so etimi akọ Atalanta one that's no to no from Milan wa join Atalanta o Cologne am bia so ayekama nti kwaku
mate genera se
Victor Boniface
koso ne adia
na ene player you so Nico Gonzalez Owuram Atletico Madrid na confirm ya no eno tiwura gym ekoye training kakra okay gym gym Nico Gonzalez omo man ko for international due to Atletico Madrid na omo ye training na so ko no gym work eso ekakra anti Victor na we so Raul Abio
azan ko bo amatimbe
Pisa Raul Abio 40 years no to no so epiem no ono so ene ko to no so akọ na onipa Victor Boniface Werder Bremen we alone na Victor Boniface so ekoya okoyiti edoso nyame boa na so china ye ba dia kamu bia no ye de beba na
ye nyana ye rap
oh yes Jeremy boy na fe no Alexander Jikuna na ye Sparta Moscow nkobe wuram na nkomo na di nkoma o madure chom de 4 million euros ba into no so ye nhwe
ontina we bia bo mbaba ko
so far England and transfer officially close. Spain ebe close one you so Spain aka 3 hours 40 minutes. 3 hours 40 minutes na ya close transfer ewo Spain and Scotland and Portugal enyina ebe close the same time. Dia na aka 3 hours 40 minutes na ya close oko Netherlands Eredivisie 2nd September. Ntia no yo china ntia no yo 24 hours na ya close ewo Belgium Switzerland ebe close and then now 8th September and on close Saudi Pro League close on the 23rd of September. Turkey, Greece and some other countries ebe on the 12th of September, that is Friday. Serbia 17th September and players are omono Major League Soccer and those when you are transfer close on the 21st of August and the 4th September. Na Munti for Premier League there it is done. La Liga 12 a.m. and as I say a.m. right, I'm matching 12 now. You close the Spanish Premier. Maybe you cry 11 p.m. Until 12 next year. We as it stands now, £9 billion. As it stands now, across the across summer transfer, £9 billion has been spent by clubs or the top player. After say enka 9, but as it stands now, £9 billion and a team's not spending. EPL for another team. I must spend this year. I may have much about who come with a breakdown, but on my team, Liverpool £447 million to Omunkwa Krako. EPL for the Gabon.
Look at the striker, Osola.
Yes, William Osola.
Then move to in a collapse. Last year, man, farm. I was the long for a confirmation so my far. You do all the sound. So
yes.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Crystal Palace. Now, no video mo ye man no ano edim brutal as there also a radio man here and
man who say Newcastle so the number 9 na young Wisa young number 9 Liverpool I've seen on some platforms say Alexander Isak be 27 that is what we are going
yeah so for you we near there
Crystal Palace so Oma confirm JD Canva from Toulouse 21 million euros. And no mommy, I didn't say the man go eat any bit.
No, I know the kind by a cry before say I'm holding on my giveaway.
As we speak right now, no.
Eddie or song video in here.
Okay.
And the mention they are cow park or who.
So I'm there.
Only an appear. Near what by me a bonnet long JC. Near there since near money we are. Go for the money for. So much journal no go so akaza enya na wrap up na enko
due sheet let me go through so although say o ma close deadline there but the moment na due sheet let me go through there still na business bit me atwa so
there are reports coming in say one na busia for any lawyers and some two friends LOG hotel or Liverpool yes Omugusu consoling say whatever happens so far it should be strong to Omugusu news in Delhi Ali so terminated the contract Mrs. Sia with Komu Delhi Ali officially terminated the deal
and all the Jonathan Ikoni and so join the Paris FC but transfer final deal
I asked so far Kasper Dolbeck to replace Brian Bobby.
That would be behind. As I'm 20 million now, Liverpool for especially I was able to yelling and find you with a lot of Bob for the evening win. But yes, there is here no Zorchina Luta Bebana or the Mona Baba Remedy among the Ramasi. There is an England, the near per se equipping me the Murirum Kakra. Now you're near Bridgeman Eboa, Manema did the impediment, the Ramapim. Yamwa or channel paper about 7. Na edumere no se atanase 3 pm ti de be koso wi aso tintan fidi no so no ye mfa nka me mo ye bo modern na ye de rom kama pe de amamo ye ra mo nyina ase
ABOU